Hello and welcome to the Sports Corner second watch-along of the day. It is the derby between Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. We've just had the Manchester derby, but now it's time to take a trip to Spain for their El Derby, as it is called. And today I am joined, it's not Josh, it's Kieran and Kieren. So please make sure in the chat you dictate which Kieran you want to speak to, or us both. That'd be appreciated. But we are here today for Atletico Madrid versus Real Madrid. How are you, Kieran?
I'm all good, mate. Are you?
I'm doing all right. Before we look into the lineups today, what are you expecting from the game?
Feisty. I think it's going to be feisty, of course, when Diego Simeone's team plays. He's always got a game plan, and I think Real Madrid, they've got to match it today, and they've got to get the 3 points, to be honest.
Yeah, we've looked at the table before the game. They are 6 points behind Atletico Madrid, who sit pretty at the top of the table. But we might as well get into the lineups as we're here right now. This is how the home team lines up. This is Real Madrid at home today. Thibaut Courtois, they have a back four of Carvajal, Varane, Ramos and Mendy. No Vázquez at right back because he's up front today. Cruz, Casemiro and Modric in that midfield. The tried and trusted midfield of Real Madrid. And up front, Vinicius Jr., Benzema and Lucas Vázquez. Then, the away team, we have Oblak in goal, Hermoso, Felipe, Savic and Trippier as a back four, Carrasco, Koke, Herrera and Llorente, and then Felix and Suarez up top. It is a 4-4-2 for Atletico Madrid as per usual. Any shocks for you in them lineups today? We'll start with the Real Madrid.
I think, no, not really. It's probably both the team's strongest lineups on as of who's fit right now. Atletico Madrid, it's not surprising because their lineup's the same every bloody week. Real Madrid, it's interesting. They're still playing Lucas Vázquez. Of course, nice to see Sergio Ramos back in that defence. Yeah, they've needed him. Yeah. But it's going to be a feisty affair. I can tell already.
Yeah, you like to think so because Lucas Vázquez obviously has been playing right back in the Champions League. I watched him against my beloved Borussia Mönchengladbach. He played quite well, put some nice balls in for Benzema, who has been on inspiring form ever since really Ronaldo left. He has taken the reins quite fantastically. And then we'll talk about the Atletico Madrid lineup as we're about 5 minutes or so away from kickoff. What's your thoughts on that one? Your usual 4-4-2?
I think it's probably their strongest lineup as well. I mean, you've got Suarez on those. Not really done much as of late, but you know he's always got that type of moment in him. Marcus Llorente has been a good signing since he signed last year. Carrasco is always energetic and stuff. João Felix just João Felix, and that back four they've got, it's tried and trusted, and they seem to be sticking to it. Hermoso seems to be the left back that he prefers over Renan Lodi, but it's working so far. Top of the league, Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, this is a very different Atletico Madrid team to what we've seen in recent years. Usually it's Real Madrid at the top and Atletico chasing, but it is completely different today. And how much of that has been due to João Felix? Because he's completely transformed this season, especially because of injuries last year.
I don't necessarily just think it's João Felix. I think Diego Simeone's had a massive part to play because he just knows how to get the best out of his players. I mean, you look at the Atletico Madrid side, and it is probably the third best in the league, if not second, maybe above Barcelona in terms of the players. But I mean, he just gets the best out of his players. I mean, you see how he's absolutely transformed Alvaro Morata back into. Well, he did transform Alvaro Morata into a good striker before he left to go to Juventus. But yeah, and he's got the best out of João Felix after people were questioning him after his first year as well. But it's going to be interesting to see how he lines up against it. It's going to be a tough task. No matter what form Real Madrid are in, it's always going to be a tough task.
Yeah, especially. But we'll see which players can come off the bench and make an impact. I'm looking now at the Real Madrid bench. There is Eder Militao, Nacho Fernandez, Marco Asensio and Marcelo, Andre Lunin, the young goalkeeper, Federico Valverde, the Uruguayan, Alvaro Odriozola, Isco, Rodrigo and Diego Altuve. Is there any obvious substitutes there that you really think can take the game by the scruff of the neck? Say if we're 70 minutes in and it is still a really tight game.
Probably Rodrigo off the bench, bit of pace. Other than that, I'm not really sure, to be honest.
Maybe Isco. You know, he's been a quite creative midfielder. We've not seen the best of Isco for a couple of seasons now since he was linked with that move to Man City, I think 2 or so years ago. But we'll flip to the opposite bench, and this is the Atletico Madrid bench. It is quite a strong bench. It is Ivo Grbic, Jeffrey Kondogbia, Lucas Torreira, Saul Niguez, Angel Correa, Thomas Lemar, Renan Lodi, Ivan Saponjic, Vitolo, Simi Vasaico and Miguel San Roman. I personally think that's a really strong bench.
Very strong.
Who do you think on that game can maybe come on, midway through the game and change it? Because a lot of centre mids.
I think Saul can really get a grip of the game in the midfield, of course. He's such a good player. so technical and so good with his feet. Who else is on the bench?
We've got the likes of maybe Angel Correa. Thomas Lamar got his first goal.
Lamar, yeah.
And Vitola.
Not really gone through him at Atletico Madrid, but if there's ever a moment to make your name, it's now.
It is, and hello Chris, I hope you're well as well, pal. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you are new, please like and subscribe. Obviously, put your comments throughout the whole of today. We'll be watching along with you. But we are around 3 minutes away from kickoff, so we'll look at some of the head-to-heads that these two have had back in the day. In the 1st of February, it was 1-0 to Real Madrid. The first two before this were 0-0, one of them being in the Cup. However, there was a 7-3 once. I'm pretty sure that's an aggregate.
That was a friendly.
Oh, was that a friendly? Well, there you go. Are you expecting goals? Because I've just looked back there, and in the last 3, we've had 1 goal.
I think we had a talk, didn't we, before?
Yeah.
And we know exactly how Atletico Madrid like to play. If they score the first goal, don't think there'll be many goals. But if Real Madrid get the first goal, Atletico maybe have to come out of that shape that they're in and maybe play a bit more actual football. But yeah, it should be a good game, and I hope there's goals. We hope there's goals in every game we watch.
Oh, of course we do, and obviously this is the second derby of the day. We've just had the Manchester derby, which unfortunately ended 0-0. A very fun one, of course. But then we'll go into the Madrid one. Both of these teams played Champions League football. Would it be fair to say, I know Real Madrid finished top of the group, but 2 underwhelming campaigns for these two in the Champions League coming into this derby?
I think Atletico Madrid would have taken second place if you'd have offered it them. They had Bayern Munich in their group, but the way they went about it was quite underwhelming, of course. The 2 draws against Lokomotiv Moscow, they turned them a wins there immediately through. They should have probably beaten Bayern Munich as well when they played them at home. But, I mean, Real Madrid definitely was very
shaky.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the best word. I don't want to say underwhelming because when you finish the top of the group, it's pretty hard to say.
I still think they were underwhelming though, because I mean, you lost to Shakhtar twice, and I mean, no disrespect to Shakhtar, but they got stuffed by Gladbach twice, and Inter Milan as well. Very underwhelming. And I mean, it's unfortunate because that kind of overshadows how good Gladbach did.
Yeah.
In the end, in that group.
Yeah, I think it does, but obviously with Real Madrid you can never really count them out, and that's probably the same in these Derby Day fixtures when you've got the main stalwarts in your team that you never really have. And Chris Welch has put his prediction in, Real Madrid 1, Atletico Madrid 1. Because we're only a minute till kick-off, this is where I will ask you your score prediction for the game. It's 4-3-3 play, 4-4-2.
I want some goals, Kieran, so I'm going to go for 3-2.
Oh,
to Atletico Madrid.
Wow, that would be a big win. They are away from home today. Obviously, Real Madrid not playing in the Bernabeu. They're kind of just doing some fix-ups to the Bernabeu at the moment.
Where are they actually playing?
They're playing at the B team's training ground. I'm pretty sure the Alfredo Di Stefano.
I don't remember them being a backdrop to the to the Bernabeu.
No, it is not. It is not the Bernabeu by any means. But I might as well go with my prediction, and I'm going to say 2-0 to Atletico Madrid. I'll just say that they shut them out.
So we're both going for Atletico Madrid wins. I mean, that means Real Madrid are going to absolutely smash them 4-0.
The thing is, this season, the way it looks at the moment, if you want to look at the table, what this means is Atletico have a game in hand over this. If they will win today, they would go 9 points clear of Real Madrid with obviously a game in hand, so that could be extended to 12. Massive. So there's a lot on this game. We'll look at the table currently. It's Atletico Madrid sitting top on 26. Sociedad and Villarreal, the 2 buffer spots before we meet Real Madrid. And if you creep down the table, Barcelona 9th.
To be fair to Barcelona, they had a very, very bad start to the season. But they have kind of picked it up a little bit. What the bloody hell are them gloves?
Yeah, they are. I don't know what they are.
Michael Jackson gloves. But we are underway.
We are underway. Real Madrid do have the kick-off. But how important is it for Real Madrid to pick up a win today and get kind of back in the title race? They're never really out of it.
I think Barcelona and Real Madrid have now got to really start grabbing games by the scruff of the neck. They need the points. They need the points on the board. They need to catch Atletico Madrid. But fair play to Atletico Madrid. They've taken advantage of the losses and draws that that Barcelona and Real Madrid have had, and there's been quite a few disappointing results for both sides this year. I mean, me and Josh watched Real Madrid Sevilla. They definitely got away with one last week. Real Madrid, they were nowhere near their best. They got 3 massive points, but they're coming forward already.
Yeah, they've dispatched it to the right hand side where Vazquez lines up in the winger position. And I'm pretty sure they'll be getting some balls into the box because it did pay dividends against the Gladbach side. But we have got some comments from Chris Welch in the chat. He puts, hopefully this derby lives up to expectation. He'll be watching Everton versus Chelsea, of course. We have got it on just here.
We have.
We will we'll play along with that one as well. And I'll always go for a draw in these big derby rivalry games. Do you think that's got a part to play?
I mean, it's not a bad thing, is it, of course? The two very evenly matched sides, of course, in terms of quality. But, I mean... Oh, there's a man in down the line here. It's Marcus Llorente.
If he tries to go for the whip ball into the box, he does. Varane cuts it out. But yeah, because we've just watched a derby and obviously it finished 0-0 with your Man United.
But those were two underwhelming sides, of course. They've both not started the season well, Man United and Manchester City. Whereas Atletico Madrid have actually started the season very, very brightly.
They have.
Real Madrid, of course, have kind of stumbled out of the blocks a little bit, but they've kind of got going in the recent weeks, of course, and. It was a chance for Marcus Llorente. It was a chance to really get a ball into the box there.
It was. He went for the ball. He went for a low-driven one, but it was cut out by Varane. As we've seen, this is kind of both teams' strongest lineups. I think you've mentioned it before, but with that centre-back, how important is Ramos in games like this? He is a big game player, isn't he? Yeah,
he is the biggest game player. I think personally, he might go down as one of the best centre-backs ever.
Yeah.
He's just always the big game player when they need him. I'm thinking back to the Champions League final when these two played and he scored that header to take it to extra time.
Yep.
He's just such a big game player and he scores so many important goals, of course. One of Real Madrid's highest ever goal scorers as well. I know penalties contribute to that, but he's been such a good servant to Real Madrid over the past few years. And to have him back, he's such a massive, massive thing. Because they had Nacho in there. No disrespect to Nacho.
Yeah.
But Ramos is a different level. But, I mean, Mendy's giving the ball away, yeah.
And it will be a foul in the middle of the box. And as you said, we're already starting quite feisty.
Yeah.
This is the thing with these games, as we've always expected, is both teams are going to, they take it to another level on Derby Day. And I think there's been an argument this week, obviously, with the North London Derby last week. Does form go out the window on Derby Day? Because I know there was
I think it does.
People kind of differ on both sides. It does play a part, but isn't there...
I think it could go either way, because, I mean, if you come into a derby of having lost your last 5 games... and they come in winning the last 5 games. There's a clear favourite.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the atmosphere... I think without fans, it's a different thing. Because with fans, getting behind you for the derby and they want you to win because it's the derby. But I think without fans, it's very hard to get motivated for it's just another game, it feels like, without fans, I feel.
Yeah, it does. It's weird to get over that kind of that training ground feel.
It's like today with the Manchester derby. I'm normally really hyped for the Manchester derby, but I'm like... there's no excitement because when you're watching it on Sky, there's just no atmosphere in the stadium, is there? Do you know what I mean?
No.
You can sort of feel it, even if it's slight. You can sort of feel the atmosphere through the camera.
Yeah, they pump the crowd noise in, and I think we talked about that a long time about whether it's the same or not. It's
not the same.
No, it never will be though. But it's a calm start for both teams. We're nearly 5 minutes in now, and no one's really been on top yet, but they're both feeling each other out, I think.
No, each getting a little feel of the ball, really. I mean, there's been a few nervy moments at the back for Real Madrid. Mendy giving the ball away a few times, but I mean, they are coming forward now.
Yeah, the ball's been distributed to the right, where, again, Lucas Vazquez will have a big part to play today, because his ball's into the box called Menace on Wednesday night, and they'll look to have it on the right-hand side again, but it is dispossessed. For Atletico, what's the game plan? Do you think it's sit back and counter as they usually tend to do?
I feel like you've got to weather the early storm because Real Madrid they've come out of the blocks quite fast. Of course, they're pressing them high, and this is exactly what Atletico Madrid have to do: hit them on the counter. Don't lose it here. Hit them on the counter and just try getting behind the exposed fullbacks that push up so much.
Well, this is the thing with also João Felix as well. He adds that extra little bit of pace. If you think about Atletico strikers of the past, they're not really blessed with pace. Really, they've had Diego Costa and Morata. They have something different in Felix, but a striker we've not really mentioned. Had a bit of a hit and miss start to his career as Carrasco tries to drive it and it'll go into the hands of Courtois. Is Luis Suarez. He's played Barcelona. He played for Barcelona. He's played against Real Madrid many a time in an El Clasico.
Yeah, he hit the ground running, didn't he, at Atletico Madrid when he first came in? But now he's kind of sizzled off a little bit. He was really poor against Salzburg on a Wednesday night, and I mean, he is coming back from an injury, but I mean, a striker of his calibre should be doing better than he is at the moment, but. He might score the winner in this game and then it'll be all forgotten.
Well, that's the thing. We'll see if he can finally kind of haunt Real Madrid again, but this time for a different team. O_AM-KH502. I'm not going to try and make that into one name because I don't know what it'd say. But he says, when will the match start? The match has started. We are in the 5th minute of the game so far, and it is still 0-0, but a long ball has found Benzema, KD.
Oh, and it was a good pullback to the edge of the area, but it's Ramos coming onto it, and was that saved?
I don't think it was. I think
it was Modric.
It was Modric.
Similar hair.
Yeah, these days with the old headband, but a nice running behind by Benzema, and he held the ball up well. He tried to lay off, I think it was Ferland Mendy, and the tackle fell away of Modric, his strike.
I don't know if it...
wide.
We'll see if it takes a deflection. He hits it low and hard looking for that side. Nowhere near a deflection. What am I talking about?
No, it wasn't. It was a nice sighter, though, for Modric. I've got to admit, I did watch Modric midweek. He was very unlucky not to score. He hit the post. He had one disallowed for offside. And this Real Madrid midweek were the Real Madrid they have been for a long time. But a bit wasteful, I'll be honest, for your usual Madrid side. But back to the best. At the best, are Real Madrid the best team in the Liga?
Yes, I think. Because... Ronald Koeman's not the one. He's not the one for Barcelona. I mean, that's the only reason. But I feel like Real Madrid, they're at this period of transition because, I mean, a few years ago, you wouldn't really say like Lucas Vazquez starting right winger for Real Madrid. You just think of him as that 81 rated player off FIFA. It's just crap to get in packs, don't you? I thought his career at Real Madrid was down the drain, to be honest. When they signed Rodrigo, who's not really been... Him and Vinicius Junior have had a very similar career at Real Madrid. They've not really done much, but the potential is there for him. Yeah,
both still very young, but Chris Welch puts in, he thinks Atletico will win La Liga, personally, with both Barca and Real Madrid struggling.
I'd like to see it.
I think that's what makes this game so important.
Yeah.
Because, in polite way, they're always the third horse in a three-horse race, are Atletico Madrid, and it'd be nice for them to finally pick it up, but have they got the consistency?
The thing is, they're always well respected across Europe. When you see how good they are in the Champions League, I mean, they knocked Liverpool out last year. Whether that not be by Adrian shenanigans, but they knocked Liverpool out, the reigning champions, last year. So they're well respected, and everyone knows how Diego Simeone likes to play, but they just can't stop it. Yeah,
they've been to multiple finals. They haven't quite got over the line. And
yeah, that's the one thing that's really holding Atletico Madrid back. They get into the finals. Yeah. They've lost to Real Madrid twice once on penalties, once in extra time. Yeah. Kind of crumbled at the last final hurdle, really, didn't they?
Yeah, in recent times they are always the bridesmaid and never the bride. That's the real problem, and the bride status has really gone to Real Madrid and Barcelona. But is this Atletico side different? Because I've got to admit, they were talking pre-game. This bench for Atletico Madrid, this is the strongest Atletico Madrid side there's been in a long time. Yeah, I really believe that.
You look at it on paper and you think that's such a strong side that they could win the Champions League this year. It's not a. I don't want to say they're a dark horse, but they kind of are.
Yeah.
Just because of their performance in the group stage, but they're obviously not going to be the favourites because that's probably going to be Bayern Munich and PSG, Man City up there. But I mean, they've done very, very well, I think, to sort of just slide in under the radar.
Yeah, they've had it's fair to say, difficult group stage. They made it hard for themselves.
They didn't have the
what a strike! And I tell you what, we were just talking, but this is what Benzema brings you. It's a snapshot from the edge of the area, which was hit near post, and it hits the uprights, and it's cleared. But what a warning!
I think it just caught a blackout. I don't think he was
caught us out.
He wasn't expecting the shot, but Real Madrid, they've started very quickly in this game, and they're coming again now, right hand side with Carvajal.
It's what you said. They've got to weather the early storm, but what a chance! It's the first attempt of the game for either team, and Benzema has hit the right upright.
Rattled the post, didn't he? I mean, an inch to the left and it's a goal.
Yeah, it was a really, really venomous strike from the edge of the box. It was hit on like a half volley snapshot, wasn't it? And it, as we say, caught Oblak by surprise, caught us by surprise, but a great first effort for the French striker who's been unbelievable since Ronaldo left.
Yeah, he's really, really stepped up, I think. I mean, someone had to, because they're definitely struggling, and we all thought that player was going to be in Hazard.
He's in again!
Oh, and he's fluffed it.
He's in again, and it was a drilled cross from the right by Lucas Vazquez, and it gets a flick from Felipe, the Brazilian. Back post was Benzema.
I think he's got to do better there. He has so much time to sort himself out and just open his body up for a volley in, and it's really good work from Real Madrid again. We're just going to see the shot again, and it's a lovely strike.
It is.
You said like almost on a half volley, the ball is bouncing. Look at the curl on that.
It's a great save.
Oh my God.
It's a great save. And we thought it caught Oblak off. He's got a fingertip to it. and pushed it onto the post and kept this team in it.
That is incredible.
And I tell you what, for my money, he's been the best goalkeeper in the world for a couple of years now. He is unbelievable. What a save by Jan Oblak.
That is incredible. What a save. We thought, it's just at the post. It's unlucky from Benzema, but seeing the replay and it slowed down, the curl on the ball, and the way that Oblak got his hand to it. What a save.
That was it. It came out of nowhere, but with the reflexes of Oblak to palm that onto the post. And then after that, obviously, Benzema having that chance. Was it a case of, just taking his eye off it? Wasn't expecting the flick from Felipe at the front post, maybe?
I don't know, because he kind of adjusted his body when the flick happened. And I mean, he had quite a bit amount of time, to be fair. He should have really been making contact with it.
Yeah, but Real Madrid just shuffling the ball left to right, and Carvajal will drive from right back, and he'll try and place one into the box. But that Atletico Madrid rear guard staying solid for now.
I'm not going to lie, the Real Madrid have had a really good start to this game, and they are all over Atletico Madrid at the moment. Simeone as animated as ever on the touchline, but Real Madrid started very well.
They've started brilliantly, and it's what we said. We think Atletico Madrid just kind of tame the early chances, but they've been dispossessed high up the field, and Felix has the ball at his feet. It's dispossessed, but they are still coming now. This is the counter that we talked about. This is
Atletico Madrid. They just need to calm it down now, get their foot on ball, get a little bit of possession. But I mean, they're playing it well, and they're passing and moving, which is what they do best, really.
Yeah, one thing I will say about Atletico Madrid is, they have some decent wide players. I love Ferreira Carrasco, but the midfield talent they have so much midfield talent.
I mean, you think they can all play as wingers as well.
Yeah.
Koke can play centre mid, right mid. Saul can play pretty much all over the park.
Yeah.
Marcos Llorente, of course, has reinvented himself as a striker and a left mid.
Yeah.
And a right mid in the last couple of years. I mean, what a signing he's been, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Picked him up from Real Madrid.
This is the thing. Marcos Llorente has been the utility man, really. Wherever Simeone wants him to play or play, and he'll trust him to do a job. Not the same as James Milner, but what I'm talking is about, positionally.
Yeah, I mean,
wherever the coach asks, he'll do.
He's got an engine to him as well. Of course, he played 90 minutes against Salzburg, and he's probably going to play 90 minutes again tonight. Yeah,
and he's been so important. I think you're right with that. And the other midfield talents that can maybe replace him, Hector Herrera, he can't play on the wing, but
he's
talented midfielder.
Again, he's got an engine to him. He's quite a feisty character, Hector Herrera. He knows how to pass the ball. He knows how to win it back.
Yeah,
very dynamic as well.
Yeah, and then you look on the bench, the recent signing of Jeffrey Kondogbia.
Another good signing. They're just pumping that midfield, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just adding more and more talent, and hopefully they can kind of build around this, because obviously they were getting a little bit older. They lost a few of their veteran players. Remember when they lost Juan Fran and Godin on the defensive end? They are replacing them quite well.
I mean, the signing of Kieran and Kieren has been very good. I know he's been linked to moves away, but he's done quite well since he's come to Atletico. Of course, being English and going to a different country is quite a large thing, a large step to do, and quite a difficult choice, I imagine, to make in your career. But he's adapted quite well, and he looks like he fits into Simeone's side quite well as well.
I did always say when Kieran Trippier moved that, for me...
Did I say Kieran Trippier?
You did. I looked at you quite shocked, but
Thank you.
I've got to admit, when I said he moved, I was talking to my mate, and I said to him, if anyone's going to improve him defensively, it's Simeone, and he's done exactly that. There's some great build-up by Real Madrid, but they're crossing to the box. Jose says Ramos will carry Madrid.
He could.
He has been for years.
Yeah.
The problem, really, he's the man when they've needed someone to clutch up, apart from Ronaldo, obviously, when Ronaldo was there, and now Benzema. But God. Ramos really is, as you said, one of the greatest centre-halves we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, we've grown up watching him in his prime, and what he's become. He's just such a good centre-half, and I mean, he's going to get his head on this now, isn't he?
He is. There's a ball into the box. It's Casemiro's head, and it's 1-0 to Real Madrid. Talk us through that, Kieran.
It's quite a poor set play to concede from, I'm not going to lie. I mean, Casemiro's unmarked in the box. Simple header near post, and it's 1-0. I mean, great delivery, and I'm not going to lie. And Ramos and Casemiro are hugging, and Modric is in there as well. That means a lot to Real Madrid, of course. They're steadying the ship a little bit if they can get the 3 points here, and that's a good start. 50 minutes in, being by far the better side.
Well, I'll tell you what, they were putting a graphic on the screen on the Liga TV. 52% of the corners hit the near post, and that's exactly where it went. And Casemiro...
Who is it who's trying to do the splits in there?
I don't know who's marking him, but it's Hector Herrera.
What is he doing?
He is ended up on the ground. He's got away from... Hector Herrera's Casemiro, and he's towered that header into the bottom left-hand corner.
I think, is it right? It's a good header from Casemiro, not taking that away from him, but it's a poor set play for Atletico Madrid to concede. And the man with the MJ gloves has
he scored.
He's beat it, hasn't he?
Oh, absolutely brilliant. I'm impressed with that. I'm impressed, honestly. But we'll keep.
1-0 Real Madrid.
It is 1-0 Real Madrid, and it's absolutely
an unlikely goal scorer as well.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't get many, but when he does, it's usually a screamer. But that one was just a nice simple header. There was no one within 5 yards of him.
I've seen him score one goal, and that was the goal against Porto in the Champions League when he ripped it into the back at net.
Yep. And I think he got that deflected one, didn't he? Was that the Porto one, or he got a crucial deflected goal in one of the games?
I can't remember, Kieran.
But it was from a long distance. But Atletico not had any shots in this game. They're kind of working from the back foot, which we expected. But now they've got to come out in this game.
I said, didn't I? I said the first goal is important. I mean, you said 2-0. Your scoreline's already down the drain.
I know, I should never have backed a shootout, and I should never back Atletico Madrid. I've been backing them for years in out of the three. They're my favourite. But
yeah,
it's a poor start from them.
They've not been good, have they, really?
No, this style's not really working in this game because
lost the ball again.
Real Madrid have been a little bit too clinical.
Yeah, they've lost it again. Benzema, Cruz. A lot of space for Ferland Mendy on the left-hand side, and here he is against Trippier.
The fullback cuts inside and goes to lay it off to one of the three midfielders, which that midfield seems to have never changed over the past, however many years. I know Valverde's come in, but...
It seems quite strange, doesn't it? I mean, there needs to be a passing of the torch at some point.
Yes.
Because, I mean, Modric and Cruz, they can't play forever. As good as they are, me and Josh were talking about this, they can't play forever.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's one of them where they've been around for so long that this Real Madrid team wouldn't look the same without them in.
It seems weird to think that they'll be ending their careers in a few years.
Yeah.
Because that's another two players that we've grown up, watching in their prime.
And it'll be strange to see, when Barcelona have a backline without Gerard Piqué in it.
Yeah.
And I know they've tried to replace him with Lenglet. I think Lenglet's a brilliant signing. Titi sadly has had injuries.
It'll be like when Buffon finally retires. It won't be the same, do you know what I mean?
Buffon's never leaving, I've told you this. He's not going till he wins the Champions League.
Juventus might win it this year.
I'd like to think they will, but as we get now nearly 20 minutes into the game, it's been a good start from Real Madrid, but Atletico have not got out of the gates. And
I mean, they can't really string two passes together, can they?
Does this style work at 1-0 down? It really doesn't. That's the problem.
Simeone, it's tried and tested. He won't change his ways, and I mean, if they can get a goal back soon, I mean, they've won a throw-in high up the pitch. Someone's down injured. I think it was Felix.
It was a kind of a 1-2, and he got caught on the back of the ankle, and he's down on the floor now. But I'm pretty sure he'll be back up. It was Modric with a clip challenge on the foot of Felix.
Of course, it was a little tactical foul by Modric. So,
well, this is the thing that experience brings you in the midfield, but hopefully we'll see a bit more possession from Atletico Madrid because again they've had 29% possession in the opening 15 minutes.
A bit more competition for the ball. I mean, Hector Herrera's having a very, very bad game after we bigged him up.
Well, we didn't big him up. We kind of forgot when we said the midfield talents. I just started mentioning that. And in terms of his marking does he slip? I'm not sure because I do know.
He started doing splits, didn't he?
I do know that before the Mönchengladbach game the other day, they peppered this pitch with water. Like, they genuinely... The ball was spraying as it moved across the field.
But surely that doesn't help your team. Like, surely that's...
I don't know.
You know what I mean? That's also a con for your team.
I don't know. I'm just saying that might be why he slipped. I wasn't saying there was any time... It's not a conspiracy theory.
I don't get what advantage water in the pitch gives you.
I don't know.
It's the same for the other team, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that might be why he slipped, because I know they peppered it with water the other day, and they're like, usually you don't see that much residue coming up from the ball, but you never know. You never know.
But I don't understand the whole water in the pitch aspect, because, I mean, you've still got to play on it, and they've still got to play on it. I mean, unless you're watering their goalkeeper, then...
Maybe they just water the box. When you used to play football as a kid and you used to go, you knew which part of the net you used to be in because
it was a penalty spot.
Yeah, there's just a lot of mud.
You used to dig your heel into the penalty spot a bit.
Yeah, I remember that from back in the day. But would you say this opening 20 minutes has it been quiet? Do you think, or is it? Because I think there's been a fair enough chances, but they've all been Real Madrid. As Suarez is in behind, though, it's a great chip through ball over the top, and it'll go into the hands of Courtois. That's the real first chance we've seen for Atletico.
Yeah, I mean, they finally struck a few passes together and Suarez in behind. Probably not the one they want running in behind, to be fair.
No, and not quite. He's not got the pace he used to have. He almost got on the end of it, though. And maybe if it was Felix, he might have done. But Courtois not been tested. He's been a passenger in this opening 20 minutes, and Real Madrid will be more than happy with that.
Yeah, but he just needs to be on his toes when Atletico do finally get the ball and come forward.
Hello, Luis Salgado official. Turn the camera to this game. I'd love to turn the camera to the game. However, we would be
Banned.
Copyright strike. Probably lawsuit. All the other things. So we cannot do that. But we'll try and give you as descriptive commentary as we possibly can towards the goals. It's a little bit like Soccer Saturday almost.
Yeah.
You know, just imagine the commentators without the game. That's what we'd like to think. And a little bit of talk about muddying the penalty spot.
The stadium's in the background.
It is.
And the scoreline's down below.
It's not the stadium.
It is.
Not this one.
It is.
What, the Estadio de Stefano or something like that.
The backdrop. The backdrop of the trees.
Yeah, which is where they are playing today. It's kind of a makeshift home for now. But Real Madrid will be happy with their home performance. It's really been a solid performance.
Yeah, so far they've done really well. They've won the ball quite high up. Like I said, the pressing's working for them, and the style that they're going for at the moment is working for them. Of course, it's going to be a question of if they can keep it up for 90 minutes or not.
Well, that's the thing, because Atletico Madrid will sit back and kind of let you have the ball and see if you can create anything, but they've got to try and get some quick counters as Oblak dispatches a quick throw into, I think it was Carrasco in the centre of the park. I'm not quite sure, but as you can say, nothing really. Luis Salgado put, okay, thanks. No worries, mate. We apologise. Obviously, we'd love to show the game, but
Everton have got a penalty.
Sadly, we can't. And Everton have a penalty, and Sigurdsson steps up. It's not the game we're watching, but it is in the bottom, and it was Edward Mendy who gave it away.
I didn't actually see what happened.
I think I just saw Edward Mendy like clattered out Calvert-Lewin, I think. So that's what I think this is.
Of course, he clattered Calvert-Lewin.
Sigurdsson rolls the penalty past. It's 1-0 Everton, if anyone's interested.
I mean, he's rolled the ball down to Marcus Llorente and he couldn't quite keep it in. It was a ball over the top. Who was it from? Trippier?
I'm pretty sure they were trying to catch him in behind, yeah.
Just seeing the goal again. I think Savic jumps too early.
He jumps
too early with nobody near him and it just bounces over it. Well, it doesn't bounce, it just rolls over his head and Casemiro heads it in past Oblak, who, I mean, despite his best efforts, finds himself beaten.
Yeah, I don't think... neither the keeper.
No.
I think Savic gets himself caught under the ball. He kind of, I don't want to say ball watching because that's not what he was doing, but he wanted to...
Just mistimed his jump.
Yeah, exactly. He was trying to get to the ball before the ball was ready to get to him, and it's kind of fell awkwardly to Casemiro.
A foul throw.
Yep. Is Hector Bellerin playing?
God.
Who is it?
What was that?
I think it might be Hermoso, that was.
That was awful.
Atletico Madrid having a foul throw. You don't see that often unless you're at the Emirates.
That's a foul. No, it's not.
And
they've got a throw in again.
Yeah. We'll see if they'll give it to someone else this time. It's like when someone misses a penalty. Do you know, if someone takes
Brasco's taking it.
I'll tell you what, that was a questionable one as well.
I didn't really see much movement from the hands at all.
No, I think this is back to old school stuff now where you just need your penalty. And that was not a corner.
That was never a corner. I mean, if they score from this, then...
It's questionable. It's a corner to Atletico Madrid. This is their first flurry into really Real Madrid's half, and that never comes off Carvajal.
That was never a corner, but here we go.
Atletico Madrid will hope to profit from it. I think Carrasco has stayed over for the corner. We've had one goal from a corner today. The ball's whipped in, and it's parried away by Thibaut Courtois.
He could have just left it and it'd be gone out for a throw-in. I mean, Real Madrid have kept it in. Lucas Vazquez and Paul from Marcus Llorente.
Interesting one, that one, because it was heading miles over. It was a terrible corner from Carrasco. But
did Courtois get the shout? Oh, actually, it might have took a deflection off.
I don't think it did.
I think he's boot there.
I think you're being quite polite, I'll be honest.
Well, just having a look at it, but they all run to the near post and nobody's at that back post at all.
Yeah, no one's at the back post and it's tipped away from...
I don't think Courtois gets a shout.
He probably doesn't, but...
Because there is nobody behind him at all.
Well, the next corner you put in, if you're going to aim towards that back post, you need someone peeling off the back. You know, if you're all going to run to the front, you can't be putting a corner line. They got very fortunate that Courtois tipped it away.
That should be like the first thing you think of, though. Make a run front post, make a run back post. I mean, it's simple stuff. And I mean, Atletico Madrid, they all just ran front post, all of them.
Yeah.
That's lovely from Casemiro.
Sadly, their front post runs were not as good as Real Madrid's, which gave them the lead today. But since they've had the lead, they've lost a little bit of ruthlessness, I would say. They've not been as...
No, it's been a very even game since the goal's gone in. I'm not going to lie. It's been quite even in its run. But I mean, Atletico Madrid, they've kind of got a foothold in the game a little bit now. and they can go forward a little bit more.
Yeah, they took a little bit of sting out of the game. I think that goal has. I think it's settled both teams down because at the start, Atletico Madrid were kind of at 6s and 7s, and Real Madrid were keeping the pressure on. But since the goal, they're quite happy to meticulously look for their openings, and we'll see if they can get one before half time because it is now reaching the 25th minute mark of the game.
Yeah, I mean they are coming forward. They literally camped inside Atletico Madrid's half, and Mendy pretty much playing as a left winger, I'd have to say at this point.
Yeah, we've not seen much of Marcos Llorente on this right. There was one wayward through ball to him, but you'd think. I remember watching Mendy when he was so lazy and he kept Thuram on side the other week. You can exploit them positionally, but Atletico Madrid just. I don't think that's going to be their style today.
I just don't think Marcos Llorente has the pace because, of course, Mendy is very quick, and even if he does get caught in behind, the pace he's got for recovery is just insane. Yeah,
exactly. But they're back with Carvajal on the right, so I think he's the defensively sturdier of the two.
Yeah, it's nice to see Dani Carvajal back. It's nice for Real Madrid to actually have an actual right back. Of course, no disrespect to Lucas Vazquez, he did well the other night, but he's not a right back.
No, and they don't have a ready-made backup really. Odriozola, he's back on the bench tonight, but I don't even know if
they don't seem to trust him, do they? Because I mean, he was on the bench against Sevilla as well.
Yeah, he was on the. He was obviously on the
bench on Tuesday.
No, on loan at Bayern Munich last year, so they kind of didn't really see a future for him there. But
Toni Kroos has been caught in possession, and Atletico Madrid could have countered, but it's a poor pass from Marcos Llorente, and the ball's ricocheted off João Felix. It's going to be a throw into Real Madrid inside the Atletico Madrid half.
Yeah, Simeone will not be happy with his first half at all. They've always been a yard short or a yard. How do I word it?
You know, seems to be a lack of energy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Second to every ball, and I mean I say that Marcos Llorente glides past one after winning the ball back, and there's a chance to go forward here for Atletico Madrid.
Well, this is it, and they've almost given the ball away again. This is it. They are just a yard off the pace of Real Madrid. That's the word I was looking for.
Saying that, but João Felix tried to slip in Carrasco, and it was good defending back there from Varane.
Yeah, it's not great from Atletico Madrid so far. A little bit wasteful in the attacking areas there. They had a good opportunity.
A perfectly weighted ball, and Carrasco's in there. I mean, it's not a good pass from João Felix though.
No, they do seem to be just not on the same page today, and some 1-2s in the middle of the park has somehow found them.
It's not a good pass from Herrera that as well.
Would sloppy be a fair word to describe Atletico Madrid in this first half?
I think that might be the perfect word to describe them, to be honest.
Yeah, they've had moments, but they just seem to be overhitting it or underhitting it, as there's an overlap on the right for Marcos Llorente, and Mendy will shepherd it fantastically well.
That was really good defending. I mean,
I think it's going to be a goal kick or a free kick, I'm not sure.
I thought he'd given a penalty then.
No, I don't think so. Wait, what?
No, it's a goal kick.
It's a goal kick.
Definitely a goal kick.
I'm very confused by the referee's word in there.
He's not even in the box for one.
No, but really nice shepherding from Mendy.
He's in the box actually.
And we wondered whether he could, exploit his positional aspects, but Mendy did very, very well to shepherd out play.
Yeah, he did. He did well to who we were talking about with the recovery pace was always there, and that helped him.
But if you look at the top speeds, Marcos Llorente has reached a top speed of 35 km per hour to Mendy's 29. Maybe we've got it all wrong.
Maybe I've got it wrong.
We'll have to see as the game goes on. But it's been a bit slow since the goal, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been kind of, like I said, a bit even, and it's been a bit sloppy. But hopefully we can get back the sharpness that Real Madrid started with. Yeah,
lots of dispossessions, as we can see. Renan Lodi warming up, and obviously an out-and-out left-back, unlike Mario Hermoso, and that could mean a positional kind of change for Hermoso, or a bit more attacking impetus on that left-hand side, because you've not seen anything of the full-backs of Atletico Madrid. They're not exactly going to overlap, but they've not been in the game at all.
Speaking of the full-backs, Real Madrid, they're coming forward, and it's Mendy finding Kroos, who's going to hit when it's blocked well, and shepherd back to Varane in the centre-back, and I mean, it was so easy for Mendy to come forward. There was so much space for him to just exploit and run into. And look where he is now. He's literally playing as a left striker next to Benzema.
Vinny Jr. is actually closer to the goalkeeper than he is. And as Ramos has just picked it up in the final third of Atletico Madrid, and he's just on his way back now.
It's almost like a back three when they're going forward at Real Madrid with Ramos, Casemiro and Varane.
Yeah, they have had the freedom to kind of roam around the pitch, the majority of the Real Madrid players, and Obviously, we know Atletico Madrid, they're structured, they're 4-4-2 and they're rigid when they're in that, but it's just not matching up well tonight so far.
No, it's not, and something needs to change. A little bit more impetus and attacking content would probably help. I mean, a goal would be fantastic, but...
Yeah, but it is on the right with Real Madrid, and there's some nice triangles being played between the Real Madrid attackers, and Carvajal joins in. He wins a throw-in very high up the pitch, almost near the corner flag of Atletico Madrid. But, as we say, they've not found that second goal. It obviously doesn't kill the game off, but how much would that Real Madrid value a second goal?
I think that the second goal allows them to like sit off a little bit more, not because obviously a 1-goal lead it's very dangerous because they know if 1 goal goes in, the momentum switches like that. But like the next goal is huge.
Yeah, I was about to say that actually. The second goal in this game, be it for the first for Atletico or the second for Real, changes the dynamic of the game completely. If it's 1-1, if you're Atletico Madrid, you're happy at that point to just kind of almost do a reset and defend from the front. But Felix does some nice trickery in his own half, and he's tackled by Lucas Vazquez, and that's been given a foul. But nothing much to report on the Atletico Madrid front or the Real Madrid front since the goal.
No, not really. It's been kind of a stalemate, hasn't it? Really, each team just cancelling each other out. I mean, Real Madrid, of course, they're probably happy to sit back and cruise till half time at 1-0, and then maybe push out second half and try to get the second and kill this game off. Yeah,
it's a little bit of a chess match almost in this first 35 minutes. And if you're Atletico Madrid, to be fair, you've been quite content with the first half. It was just a set piece that kind of undid you, and that's the most annoying part, I'd say, for the Atletico Madrid team.
The set piece was kind of avoidable as well, because I mean the way that in the manner in which the goal happened, Savic jumped early and Herrera slips over trying to do the splits.
Yeah.
It's a great header from Casemiro, not taking that away from him, but it was an avoidable goal.
It's one of them where you don't want to be giving them away against a team like Real Madrid, one of the best teams in the world for years, and that's the kind of goals that if you want to win the league, you can't be giving them away against these big sides, and they've almost been dispossessed up midfield. But Real Madrid will recycle, and that's kind of been it. It was waves of attack for the first 30 minutes for Real Madrid. There's been one or two Atletico chances, but Real Madrid definitely the better team.
Yeah, by far been the better side. I mean, Atletico Madrid have kind of come into the game in the last 10 minutes, but Real Madrid have just been dominant.
Yeah, there's a lot of safe possession for Real Madrid, as they have done here, as they're going to try and build, through the stages of the pitch, and they will now
lovely.
With an overlapping run. Did he keep it in play? He didn't. But as we say, they're building through the field, and they're doing a really good job.
It was lovely play, and I mean, it seems so easy for them to attack at the moment.
Yeah,
there seems to be so much space down each side, each flank. I mean, maybe there needs to be a change of formation at half time for Atletico Madrid.
But I don't want to say that have they got that, but this is this is the identity of Atletico Madrid. Do they change it in the second half? What can they do to change it? Well, we'll talk about this at half time, possible substitutes and stuff like that. But is there anything structurally you think that do they match them up with a 4-3-3? Because they are being overrun in the midfield with the 3 against the 2.
I thought they just need some hard work, because in the Hector Herrera's not really been doing it today. Bring Saul on, get him in the game, get his technique and his passing going, and see what you can do to be a little bit more risky, of course, because we know what Atletico Madrid are like.
He also offers you a lot more going forward, Sale, because on the ball creatively is much better, but they have dispossessed Ferland Mendy, and there's a chance to attack.
It was Trippier, I think, who dispossessed him.
Yeah, it was, and he made the overlapping run, but it wasn't spotted by Llorente, and that's it. The counter attack is thwarted 30 seconds after they tried to get it. It's not great.
Just dawdling on the ball from Carrasco there. It was a good chance to just get the ball out of his feet and get it to one of his teammates, but it's now a good chance for Lucas Vazquez in the area. Good defending back there by, I think it's Jimenez.
I think Stefan Savic.
Number 15.
Number 15, let's have a look.
15, Kieran.
Who's number 15?
Come on.
We'll have a look. But while we do that, we'll
lovely
see
by
if
Felix.
Come to that.
Oh, lovely again by Felix. He's still going inside his own half, and he's still going, and he's brought down eventually by the goal scorer Casemiro, and he's going to get the first yellow card of the game.
He is the goal scorer, and by the way, number 15 for the people interested, Stefan Savic. Jimenez isn't playing.
Oh, right, well...
it's Felipe.
Yep, I knew that. I would try to catch out. Casemiro actually misses the next match.
Well, this is it. Jean-Felix caught Casemiro out there. He just faked him with a dummy and he made it past to Carvajal as well. Really good trickery on the ball. And Casemiro's just a cynical foul and he scissors the legs of Felix and he misses the next match. That is a suspension.
He knew what he was doing, of course. He probably... I would say he had to take the yellow card, but what's happened is the free kick been taken a little bit too quickly for the referee's liking.
The free kick is near the halfway line, but the ref still believes the spray is necessary. I don't think it is in this occasion, but the referees had to wait for the spray. And João Felix there, he's the one player that is a game changer for this Atletico Madrid team on the ball. Like that,
like even in that little just that little bit there, you can tell that he's something special.
He is, and he's really proven that this year so far. But
he's just dropping so deep to pick the ball up though. That's lovely by him again to skip past his man. Tries to find, I think it's Carrasco, but it's good defending back there again by Real Madrid. But Atletico Madrid, positive signs.
Yeah, this is it. They're finally coming into it. There is 9 minutes until we reach half time, and João Felix showing some flashes of what Atletico Madrid can do in this first half. And with 10 minutes to go, do you see another goal in this first half?
If they grow into they've grown into the game gradually as it's gone on. That's a lovely throw in. Carrasco stretching for it and he's had to clear it out of play. I think it might have gone for a goal kick though.
Yeah, it was a lovely throw in over the top of Carvajal, but the bounce of the ball just did not go favourably.
It's not for throwing.
For Atletico Madrid at all, did it there?
No, the flow of the game's not really gone their way, to be fair.
No, it does seem that kind of way so far, and even with the slipping and everything, it just seems like it's been a bit difficult for them in the first half, but they can change it. But there is 8 minutes to go now, and Real Madrid will come forward with Ferland Mendy, who has been a driving force on this left-hand side.
Yeah, he's like I said, there's been so much space for him to go into.
Yeah, there has, and it's amazing because Marcus Llorente just isn't really tracking it, which is a surprise. But Trippier makes an on-rushing run as Suarez dribbles with the ball infield.
Still going. Good defending by Ramos. And I mean, you just wanted Suarez to open his body up and maybe try and fathom a shot there.
Yeah, or even lay it off to Trippier, who made the overlapping run to his...
that was the counter on.
Near side.
Toni Kroos, and it's... Vinicius Junior's in, but Toni Kroos tries to check back. Good defending, but Benzema wins the ball back.
And there's no foul on this attack, and Benzema will cut in on his right, lay it off to Modric, he's just behind him, but it does go to Vázquez to recycle.
Lovely ball, and it's caught by Oblak.
Yeah, it was creeping towards that back post. He was aiming for the head of Benzema. A really sloppy bit of play in the midfield, which led to that attack.
Really sloppy. 2 times from Atletico Madrid, they got caught in possession, and the counter attack was there. And I mean, that is, they almost got caught again there, but this time Héctor Herrera gets the foul. And I mean, that is the danger of coming out of this shape and trying to play the possession of the ball and trying to, of course, open the game up.
To get that attack going as well, from defence to attack, Real Madrid, it was 4 passes. I think from, defending that Suarez chance to, 1 or 2 triangles, and they're into the attacking half.
Benzema's pass was just not good enough. Maybe he should have had a shot.
I thought he was going to. He did open his body up to go as if he was striking with the right, but he may have thought that the layoff to Modric was a better shooting opportunity. But as a striker, you want to hit them, don't you?
The space was there for him, and I mean, it would have caught a block out, I think.
Yeah, and Carrasco can't catch out Carvajal with his fancy tricks, and Real Madrid will attack again to end this half. Yeah,
6 minutes left plus about probably a minute of added time.
I think we're lucky to get that. I think they genuinely might just end this half time.
It's not been a bad game by any sense of motivation.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. But these Madrid players are finding pockets of space where there's no one in red and white near them. And that's been the real problem so far, and silly fouls has been also a problem for Atletico Madrid, and it's a free kick to Real.
The thing is, that wasn't a foul. That one there wasn't a foul. That on Kroos, he fairly got the ball. And I mean, there's Ferland Mendy going forward again. It's whacked away by Felipe back there this time.
Hiya, Peter Raymond, you alright? Jordan and Andre wants to know how you lads are doing.
We're doing alright.
We're doing alright, mate. Niguez has his soul in Atletico Madrid's hands, do you think? Or his sail? His soul. I'm going to go with soul. Hello, Peter. Nice to see you as always. Keep putting them jokes in the chat for us, and we'll have them for the second 45 and half time, because we've got to keep ourselves entertained for 15 minutes. This first half, in terms of entertainment, not been a bad half.
No, it's not been a bad half by any sense of the imagination, but I mean, I'd have liked a few more goals.
Well, this is it, and Modric might give you one. It's a great leaping block by Felipe, and
what is that?
They tried to go long to Luis Suarez. It's not working.
Not the man you want running in behind.
This is the thing. Maybe I don't want to say, but they do like to play Marcus Llorente up top occasionally.
False 9 Llorente.
Well, this is the thing. Maybe but Benzema's found a pocket of space. I'll cut myself off. He's gone for the cross. Again, maybe the wrong decision is he was in great shooting area, and Atletico's counter is probably going to go...
Carrasco's just got nowhere to go there. He had nobody in front of him to pass to. I mean, Real Madrid cut off all the passing lanes and everyone was behind him.
Yeah, that's it. And when they're breaking in limited numbers. I'm talking Suarez is always up there. Felix is dropping deep to get the ball and try and dictate the play, and Carrasco is breaking to himself. But Atletico Madrid, if they can nick one before half-time, it sets up a really interesting second half.
I mean, they probably won't deserve it, but I mean, if they can nick one, it does set up a good second half. Like you said, come out and they'll be happy. And I mean, João Felix almost got a little bit fortunate with the ricochet there, but he's come back to Atletico Madrid in midfield.
Yeah, I feel like Atletico Madrid, they've been the nearly men this half. Everything's been there.
Look at that. Luis Suarez not been in the game at all.
No.
Trippier tries to whip one in. Ramos flicks the header on, and
it'll go for a corner.
Courtois was scrambling a little bit, and a decent chance at the end of the first half for Atletico Madrid now.
Yeah, Kieran Trippier came forward. He has always had a good delivery, from set pieces and stuff like that. And his cross found the head of Ramos, and he flicked it backwards, and it just seemed no one was on the same page.
Yeah, I mean, Courtois was scrambling after it to try and prevent a corner, but there's going to be another chance for
Carrasco.
Carrasco, I think, to whip this in.
He went for the back post last time when everyone went near. He's gone short for this one.
It's gone back to him.
Go back to Carrasco. Goes to drive it in.
That's a poor
It's another
attempt.
corner.
I don't know if he was trying to almost whip that into the far corner.
I think it might have been an attempt to, but it's not really worked out as they'll have another chance. It is their third corner of the half. You won't be able to tell by possession.
No.
But he's going to whip it in. See if anyone can get their hands on it. It is towards the middle. Ramos wins the header.
It was a better delivery, but again, nobody attacking it. And Suarez as well to win it back, and he's got it on the right-hand side.
He tries to flip it back. Again, though, it's miscommunication by Atletico.
By Vinicius.
He tries to be a bit too fancy, goes for the Cruyff turn and gets dispossessed. Atletico kind of putting on a little bit of pressure with 2.5 to go in this half.
Yeah, I mean, they've kind of come back into it a little bit. They're coming again now.
They've tried. It's a nice threaded ball, and Carrasco's on the overlap. I think.
Fantastic defending by Varane.
It's absolutely brilliant, and he'll be fouled.
And then he acts him down.
Exactly, and that is kind of the story of the half for Atletico Madrid. Not been impressive at all, and I'm realising everybody's got the Michael Jackson gloves.
He's got the MJ gloves on.
Well, that is it. How are they going to tell
That must be why they're playing so well. They didn't wear them last week.
They didn't. I didn't see him midweek either, but that was the pass earlier by Felix. Which
so poor.
There is a gap in between the two centre halves, but you want it to be Suarez supplying Felix.
Such a poor ball.
Yeah.
It needs to be close to Suarez's feet if he's going to get onto it. I mean, he's never going to beat Varane in a foot race.
Yeah, and I do think you want someone a little bit quicker attacking them.
Just like you said, you want it the other way around.
Yeah, exactly. But Real Madrid will be more than happy with a minute and a half left of the first half to kind of keep possession and just make sure that Atletico don't have any more attacks before this half peters out.
Yeah, I mean, they just need to keep resolute and keep strong. But there's a massive gap for Ferland Mendy, and he was stretching to receive the ball. I mean, he is everywhere.
He is, and I've got to admit, this did make me laugh by Peter in the chat. Duncan wasn't impressed with his presents he got by his mum, so his mum replied, "What more do you want? Duncan, what more?" I thought that was quite good. Very good, Peter. I can't do Josh's keep 'em coming, but, let's have some more. Maybe I'll do that instead. That'll be mine.
I just looked over it and you had like a wry smile on your face. I'm thinking, what
funny.
Are you smiling
It
at?
was funny. I've got to admit that one was really good, Peter. I enjoyed that one very much. So, and he obviously got on the score sheet today, Duncan Watmore from Middlesbrough.
Got two.
Did it?
Got two. Got a brace.
God, I know they dispatched Millwall quite comfortably, but João Felix gives the ball away, and this is the chance. But it's
good defending. But I mean, he's won the foul there, Felipe. I'm not so certain that was a foul, but
I think he was. I think he was tripped, and then that led to him being upended. But as you say, it's so sloppy, and it's not even just Atletico Madrid. Real Madrid haven't been, at their crispest for 45 here.
They started off really well. Did Real Madrid? They came out of the blocks firing, of course, got the goal, and ever since then it has been quite a sloppy affair. I mean, it's been quite feisty as well.
It has.
And just seen a little bit of afters between Savic and Vinicius Junior. I think I know who would win that fight.
And yeah, that definitely was a foul by
yes.
Tony Kroos on Felipe. But they have a chance to get a long ball into the box here.
I didn't realise I was watching Burnley.
There is no minutes added on by the fourth official. I've not seen him pick up a board. They'll go long. It's cleared by Real Madrid.
Awful. And
this will probably bring an end to the half.
Oh, a bit of afters between Vinicius and okay there.
And it's
Half time at 1-0.
It's half time. It's a little bit feisty towards the end there. They are trying to get Vinicius Junior very much riled up. I feel like he is the what's it called? He'd be the protagonist in this situation. But that will end the half. And in whole, quite an interesting first half. It's definitely been dominated by the Los Blancos, I've got to admit. But Atletico Madrid have had very sparing moments. They've been really sloppy on the ball and everything's been a half yard short or a half yard too long. So that brings the end to the first half. Your thoughts on the first half so far?
If we're looking from a Real Madrid point of view, they'll be happy at half time. They'll be happy that they're 1-0 up. I don't think they'll be happy with the performance as of yet because, I mean, they've, like we said, after the goal went in, they became a little bit sloppy, a little bit complacent.
Yeah.
From Atletico Madrid point of view, very poor. I think they'll be really disappointed in themselves, to be honest, because, I mean, it was a chance today. There's still 45 minutes, but a chance to really put a name, make a name for themselves, make them seem like they're a serious contender for the Liga this year, but they haven't really done that, and, I mean, I can't remember them having a shot, to be honest.
No, I don't think there has been one really at all. I don't think the system's really working. But that is the end of the first half. We'll probably look about what this means for the table and what it means in terms of stats for the first half and what they can bring off the bench. But first, let's have a look at what's coming up on the channel over the coming days. You are watching Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid. It's 0-0 currently. The next live will be tomorrow, as you can see in the top right screen. It's PSG versus Lyon at 7:45. I will be watching it.
I'd watch that.
And then it will be the round of 16.
I'd also watch that.
You'd watch that as well. 10:45 on the 14th of December. This is one you won't want to watch.
Oh, you never guess what. I want to watch that now.
11:45, the round of 32 for the Europa League being watched along. And then it's the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. That's tomorrow. That's at 1 p.m. So it's another double watch-along day. Can you believe it?
Start for Rowan.
It is. And then on the 15th of December, it will be the World Darts Championship Day 1. We'll see who can be victorious at the Ali Pali. But as we said,
Josh is absolutely loving the thought of having a darts watch-along. He's absolutely buzzing for it.
I'm not sure his liver will when he sees the amount of alcohol he consumes on that day when the first day at Ali Pali kicks off. But we'll see, and obviously make sure to tune into all of them. They've had a double watch along today. Get a double. We spoil you. We really, really do. If you are new,
I mean, the fact that the Champions League goal show's gone now because of the group stage being finished, and the Europa League one's gone. We didn't do one. I mean, they won't be back till February. So I mean, the more watch alongs, the merrier. Am I right?
You are completely right, and nothing is merrier than Christmas time and a watch along. I've heard. I don't. It just goes together, doesn't it? But if you are new, please like and subscribe, and obviously put your comments in the comments down below. Join Peter with his amazing jokes. I've got to admit the Duncan Watmore one was quite brilliant, Peter. And we'll continue with that. But we'll go on to the game.
What do you think at half time? You ask me, I'll ask you. What do you think needs to? What do you think needs to change at half time for both teams? Because they've not been the best.
For me, if you're Atletico Madrid, you've got to get your foot on the ball. They've not had enough possession for me, and I know that's not their style of play. I know they like to play on the counter, but you've got to thread some stuff together. We say they were feeling each other out in the opening stages, but Real Madrid dominated. It was 71 to 29% possession, and I don't think you can really win many football games like that.
No.
And you can't win a title like that unless you're Leicester. But for me, they just need to... I think they're outnumbered in the midfield. I think you do match them up in the second half. I really do. I think they've got enough midfield talent on the bench, or shift Marcus Llorente in there if you want. Carrasco, Lamar, Felix up the middle, a bit of pace up top, threaten them in behind. I think that would be what I'd say.
You think Suarez needs to come off?
Yeah, he's not been in the game for me.
I mean, we saw the stat, didn't we? 3 passes out of the 10 that he's attempted have been completed, whereas Benzema has completed 22 of 29. Yeah,
Benzema has really been that guy for Real Madrid. He's been a threat in behind, he's been a threat dropping deep, he's been a threat laying it off, he's been a threat in the air.
He's been the outball, really, hasn't he? Even from the defence playing out from the back, he's been the outball to get Real Madrid going, and it's weird to say because he's not really that type of player, is he? To be like just drop so deep. I know he is. He's a workhorse. He's Benzema.
Yeah.
He's always giving it 100%, and he's just everywhere on the park. But he's always been that outball this game for Real Madrid. And he's dropping very deep, and I mean, Ferland Mendy might as well be playing as a woody striker.
You want to build from your strikers. You want to bring other people into play via your striker. And unfortunately, what we've seen today is we've not seen that from Suarez at all. They've tried to get him behind, not working. Suarez is not quick enough these days. He may have been that talented in the past, but sadly he's not anymore. He's not that quick. He's more of a finisher, but he's not been in the game. Not his greatest day, and I think that will have to change in the second half. But I will look at the subs. just to see if there's any ones. We did look at them at the start, but now we've watched the first half. We'll start with the Real Madrid subs if you weren't here for the beginning. They have Eder Militao, Nacho Fernandez. Yes? I don't think that's ours.
Is that not
I think
ours?
that might be theirs.
Oh, right.
Do we check it?
Just check it. Go
Do
on.
we risk it? Oh, he's risked it, and I told you that. Gambling man. I'm not a gambling man. But anyway, the subs, the actual subs. Eric Bailey's not on the bench for Real Madrid today. It's Eder Militao, Nacho Fernandez, Marco Asensio, Marcelo, Andre Lunin, Valverde, Odriozola, Isco, Rodrigo, and Altuve. Is that really the strongest bench for Real Madrid, apart from the defence, really? You've got Asensio, Valverde, Isco, Rodrigo. Do you think they need to do anything? Or do you leave it till fresh legs towards the end of the game?
I think they don't really need a change as of yet, do they? They're kind of... They weren't towards the end of the match, but they were dominating for a large portion of that first half. I mean, nothing needs to change. Just keep it up. Guard the complacency and don't concede early on, pretty much, is what they need to do. Weather that early storm that Atletico Madrid needed to do in the first half, because Atletico Madrid will come out all guns blazing.
Yeah. What do you think late in the game? Because I'm thinking Valverde, he'll bring a bit of legs to the midfield, because that is an ageing midfield.
Yeah, probably Cruz or Modric off for Valverde. Isco probably come on as well, and Rodrigo probably for Vasquez.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about if there's 5 subs in the league. I presume there is, because it seems to be everywhere, but the Premier League has 5 subs. But the team that seems to be the one that needs to make all the changes, I spoke about the ones I would make, match them up, go 4-3-3. Yeah. But for you've got Ivo Gerbic, I don't think he would have been the first name on your lips, Jeffrey Kondogbia, Lucas Torreira, Sal Niguez, Angel Correa, Thomas Lemar. There's a few more on here,
Go on.
Renan Lodi, Ivan Saponjic, Vitolo, Simi Vasako, and Miguel Sanremo.
I think Torreira might be an interesting player to bring on. Just in that midfield, they've got no ball winners in there. Like Herrera and Koke, they're kind of the same player, to be honest. They're just that playmaking type of player, and of course Herrera has not had the best of games. I think he needs to, like we've seen here, 0 attempts on goal from Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, not great. Not a single shot for the red and white side of Madrid. But if you're thinking about it, Casemiro is that player for Real Madrid. He's not an out-and-out ball winner. He's not sit back in front of the back four and sweep everything. But he is the most defensive of the 3.
No, yeah.
And if you do match them up, you will need someone to sit lower. And I think that player might be Torreira or Kondogbia. Or Jeffrey Kondogbia. But
like you said, they need a bit of pace in the team. And I mean, Thomas Lemar, Vitolo, who else have they got on the bench?
Correa.
That one of those 3 needs to inject a little bit of pace, of course, in this team, because I mean they're just too slow to everything at the moment.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see Thomas Lemar come on, because for me, Thomas Lemar hasn't had his greatest career, but I hope he's turning the corner. And Peter has put more jokes in the chat.
That
for
Chris Welch one is always there.
Anyway, Alex replied to his mates, unfortunately, he won't be around for biz tonight.
That don't really work.
I like that one.
That don't really work.
Chris is about to end another week of learning Welsh. I just said I've heard that one before. I love dancing at an Isco. No?
No, that don't work either.
No, you're not liking that? As Phil didn't get subbed on, he was more entertained at fodding a piece of paper instead. I think he meant folding.
Fodding a piece of paper.
I've got to admit, the Iwobi one got me, and the Duncan Watmore got me. Keep it coming, Peter. I have robbed Josh's line. I'm sorry, it's like gimmick infringement here. Today, as you lean away to take a drink,
That's exactly what I was doing.
No, that's all right. I'm going to look at the table, because we should about be 5 or so minutes away from the second half.
Well, I'm watching Ayazabal slot the ball home.
You are, and now you're watching Messi do the exact same thing. Vidal was playing there, it's interesting. But at the moment, Real Madrid would leapfrog Villarreal. They would go into 3rd, and they would be on 23 points. Atletico Madrid could regain a 9-point lead after they play their game in hand. I'm not really sure when that will be.
That was Suarez playing for Barcelona.
It was. I think
Update your adverts.
I think it might be an old ad.
Update your adverts, La Liga TV.
Atletico Madrid would remain top on 26 points. Real Sociedad would be 2nd on 25. Real Madrid, as I say, would be in 3rd on 23. Villarreal 4th. Sevilla 5th. Cadiz in 6th. Granada...
Negredo.
The power of Alvaro Negredo.
Negredo.
But what's Granada? They're 7th. Is it the power of Machis? Or Machis?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, the power of Machis.
Power of Luis Suarez.
What for?
Granada.
For Granada. Oh, the
young Luis Suarez, the other Luis Suarez.
The faster one. You could have played through balls to Luis Suarez. Not this one, though. But I will ask you a question because I've just seen an advert actually. Next week it's Barcelona versus Real Sociedad.
Ooh,
Now that is a big game,
game
in terms of it. Out of the current, well,
Big game.
I would say top 9 because I'm going to include Barcelona in there because they do have 2 games in hand, and if they won their 2 games in hand, they would actually go into 4th. So, who is the most likely title winner? Because at the moment, Real Madrid are in 3rd, Madrid top.
I think it's so hard to ask that question at this point because it's just, Real Madrid and Barcelona, after the poor start, they're kind of turning the corner now. And they're getting to that point where they are getting back to their consistent best. Of course, we've seen it with Real Madrid the last few games. Barcelona the same. I mean, it's so hard to pick a winner. I'm honestly not sure.
No, it is a
Go on, what
no,
joke
no,
is it
no,
now?
it's alright, I'm just smiling. It is a difficult one, but this Atletico Madrid team, I think we'll see what they're made of in this second half. I think we've always said that about certain games and certain times where you think, I think, you know, back when Leicester won it and they were, I don't want to say that Atletico Madrid are on the same level of Leicester, but when they beat Man City at the Etihad, you thought, that's the game.
Yeah.
They are title contenders. For me, this might be the one. If they can turn this around and even get a point, it'd be quite good for them.
That's what we were saying, wasn't it, before the game? I mean, they need to just stake a claim.
Yeah.
Make a name for themselves. I know they're obviously one of the best teams in Spain, but to be taken seriously, that's what they need. They need to win this game, I think.
They do.
It's a hard ask to overturn a 2-goal lead at the BTEC Bernabeu.
Yeah.
But they can do it. They can do it.
They can. They've got the talent in the squad to really, really go for this league title this year. But it will be interesting. We do have a joke from Peter. I went to a Brom in the West. Then I realised it was a West Brom. No. We'll get him cracking at one soon, Peter. If you put some more in, we'll get him cracked at one point, pal. But keep him coming in the chat, of course, as we're creeping up to the second half. What are your early predictions for this second half in terms of, do you think we'll see a different kind of team? Do you think we'll see any more?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope we see a little bit more intent, a little bit more urgency from both sides, to be fair. Not just Atletico Madrid, who obviously need to win. They need to chase the game. But a little bit more urgency from Real Madrid, of course, because they need the second goal.
They've had 2 shots on target, 2 shots off target, and 2 shots blocked. In the first half, they had 62% of the possession.
It's weird to think that because it's not been a bad game. Do you know what I mean? It's not been a bad game, but there's only been 2 shots all game, and that was the goal and Benzema's shot, I think.
Yeah, it's not been an awful game. There's been spells in the game where, you know, it's gone a little bit quiet, but I think it's more to do with the fact that it's been constant dispossession by both teams in the middle of the park. But in terms of Atletico, lots needs to change. They've had 0 shots on target, 0 shots off target, 0 shots blocked, 38% possession. They have had 3 corners though, so, you know, maybe they'll find their way through a set piece. But to not have a shot on target in the first half, that's got to be that's a damning stat.
Yeah, big time. I mean, they just need to get some, even if it's a sighter, just test Courtois at some way, somehow. I mean, what have they got? What do you think they've got to do?
Well, the thing is, in the first half, there's been moments of discommunication between the likes of Ramos and then Courtois. But I mentioned at the start of the half what I think they need to do is match them up. We see Torreira warming up there, but they do need to add another midfielder, because for me, I don't know about you,
as well.
There was too many times that there was pockets of space and they were just triangling around the 2 midfielders. And yes, Hector Herrera's not had his greatest game. We've not really seen Koke, but it's difficult to match up 2v3 in a midfield. They have the man advantage.
Because if the 2 midfielders shift off to the left side, they can just switch it to the right side. Like you said, the triangles were just working wonders for Real Madrid. They were finding so much space easily in behind. And I mean, we've seen that Simeone. He's got Renan Lodi's coming out for the second half, as well as Correa. So we're getting some early subs.
I'm just
probably Hermoso and Suarez, maybe?
I'd like to think so, because I would like to see a 4-3-3, shift Marcos Llorente back to his usual centre mid position, or there might be, no, that's Carrasco, I think, deep in the tunnel there.
It might be Llorente coming off.
That would be a shame, because I don't think he's really, well, he hasn't had his best game. I don't think anyone on this Atletico Madrid team has had their best day.
I think we can probably confidently say that Hermoso is probably coming off.
Yeah, again, to be fair, he didn't really put a foot wrong in that first half.
No, the foul throw, that was probably it.
Yeah, but for me, it's one of them. Everyone was so flat in that first half that you could have changed any of the 11 players and I wouldn't have really been too fussed. Maybe bar João Felix, I don't know about you, I just think they were all replaceable. And Thomas Lemar. So I got a feeling there is a system change happening here.
Suarez has come out as well, so
Unless they're just switching.
2 wingers, both the wingers off.
Maybe, but I didn't see. I thought
Llorente is there.
Llorente shifting into midfield. Maybe it is.
Maybe Herrera and Koke off, or Herrera and Carrasco. Maybe you just going for it, going
4-2-4.
Going 4-2-4, yeah.
That'd be quite interesting.
Here come Real Madrid. They looking like the exact same players.
It looks like an unchanged side, but you wouldn't really need to if you were Real Madrid.
Yeah,
but
like we said,
hopefully we can get some confirmation on these changes pretty soon to distribute to
3
you.
big changes.
It's
a big statement from Diego Simeone. Of course, he's probably got into his team in that half-time break. And you said you wanted to see Thomas Lemar.
Yeah, and I'm going to see him.
I said I wanted to see Correa. We said we wanted to see a little bit more intent and urgency from Atletico Madrid, and they've got it. They've shown it with the subs.
Yeah.
Let's see if they can show it with the thing.
And of course, we've got one more from Peter before the second half. Goes, a few women arrived in the city, then a couple of men said to them, "Sorry, you're not allowed in this city, as this is only for men. This is a man's city." And I don't know if you remember the Mansfield joke. It's very similar to that. I laughed at the Mansfield one. I smiled at this one. It's not bad, Peter. Keep them coming in this second half because we've got 45 minutes left.
So I think Hermoso is at centre back.
They could have switched and they could have took off.
Well, something's happening. There's a yellow card coming out for someone early in the second half.
Thomas Lemar. He's only just come on.
15 seconds into his cameo of the second half, and he's got a yellow card.
And he's gone.
He's got the ball.
He has got a ball, but it's a bit of a studs up challenge. But
he's got the ball. I don't think that's a yellow card.
No, when you see that, you just have to ask: is there any justice in the world? That was a Lamar joke. I don't know if you know that. Lamar the singer. I thought that was quite good. Peter, I hope you appreciate that one too. But Casemiro does seem to be down, quite hurt, and I'm just going to Google that is a song by Lamar. I'm sorry.
The thing is, right, he's gone down holding his knee. He's not even touched him.
And it is a song by Lamar.
Alright.
But I know what you mean. It was Lucas Torreira warming up as well. So it could be 4 changes within a matter of...
I mean, to me, that means that there is 5 subs in the Liga.
Yeah.
But we haven't even seen who the other subs were.
No, I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to see what the substitutes were. Maybe they'll be on Atletico Madrid's Twitter account as I'll quickly go over to that. But I think he did catch him with the studs on the top of the toe. It wasn't a foul, I agree with you, but sadly...
He went down like he'd been shot, though.
Yeah.
He won the ball, did Lamar. Yannick Carrasco came off for Lamar.
Yeah, 3 changes.
Like
here we go. Felipe, Hector, Herrera and Carrasco for Lodi, Correa and Lamar. They'll just move Llorente in midfield. And
so they're going same formation.
Different personnel.
Different personnel, of course. They're hoping for a different outcome in the second half.
Be interesting to see if that works, to be honest.
Maybe a bit more pace as well. Of course, Lamar, Lodi,
and an out-and-out left-back.
All quick players.
Yeah, and I think he'll offer you a bit more in terms of maybe overlapping down the left-hand side when Carrasco... To be fair, I felt a bit sorry for Carrasco, who's kind of doing it all on his own on that left-hand side. Maybe that influenced Simeone's decision to bring on Lamar and Correa to kind of...
I feel like Varane. I feel like Zidane.
It's a terrible touch from Lodi. He does really well to recover. Sorry, I just cut you off there.
It's alright. I feel like Zidane's going to take Casemiro off. So he won't want to risk. He's one of his best players, one of his most key players. Such a poor touch from Llorente, and Real Madrid recycle possession again. Yeah,
I know it's only 2.5 minutes, but we've just seen 2 instances there. It's just the same.
Someone slips in the box. Benzema tries the back. He'll still got it. Tries to poke it for Vinicius Junior, but it's gone out for a corner and not a corner, goal kick. Sloppy again.
It's that bloody wet pitch. It's all just the wet pitch.
It's the watering of the pitch.
They're slipping all over the place in there and on that wet
pitch. Do you know what
pitch.
they've done? They've put the water resistant boots on.
Oh, is that what it is?
They've warmed the bottom of the boot up.
That's unbelievable if that's true. I don't think it is, but
yeah, of course it's not true.
I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but no, it's another poor first half before first starts this second half from Atletico Madrid.
Sloppy again.
Yeah, Lodi almost gave the ball away a minute into his after being introduced, and then Llorente does.
Someone slipped over as well back there.
I'm not going to say it. Lamar is free on this left hand side, though. He does bring a little bit of pace, and he'll try and take on Vazquez and Carvajal, but earns a throw in. It's interesting to see how this pace match-up will matter. I don't think it'll matter Phil and Mendy too much, but Lamar is quicker than Carvajal, and he's waiting for a big performance, isn't he, Thomas Lamar?
Yeah, I feel like we've been waiting for a big performance from Thomas Lamar for quite a while, though.
Yeah, no, you're right. you're right, we have ever since his big money move from Monaco, he's not really lived up to it. But this is a little bit better from Atletico Madrid as they have some steady possession in the half of Real Madrid.
Here he is, Lamar, though.
Nice flick over the top, and he'll find Llorente.
I think this is what they need, a bit of possession, and that's a poor touch from Correa.
And Suarez was just stood offside there. He was just stood offside, and I don't think he should have stayed on in this second half. But Ferland Mendy, he's bursting through the middle of the park. Going. He will. I'm sure he's going to switch it here, and he does to find Lucas Vázquez.
That was really good play. Took down 3 or 4 players straight out of the match with that little bursting run that he did.
It's exactly what we said in the first half. He's had the freedom of the Di Stefano. I know it feels weird to say that.
It's a
terrible back pass.
Benzema,
that's a penalty. It's a penalty.
And that's a red card, I think.
Oh, it's on the edge of the box. Oh, the foul might have started on the edge of the box.
Now, I'm not saying that's denying a clear and obvious goal-scoring opportunity, but that's denying a clear and obvious goal-scoring opportunity, that is, Kieran.
I think it might have been... There was, again, dispossessed in the middle of the park. It was a terrible back pass, I think it was.
It's by Lamar. No, it's by Lodi.
It was by Lodi.
Agent Renan Lodi, and I think that's a red card.
Oh no, it does start on the edge of the box, and I think there's enough men covering for that not to be a red.
But I feel like that's denying a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity. Simeone looks absolutely furious with his players, and it is on the edge of the area, and Ramos is over it. I mean, the whole Real Madrid team's over it, to be fair.
No, and before we get to that, after victory against Wolves, Tyrone was flying with his mings. Flying with his mings.
17 metres out, it is.
17, it literally...
It's too close to get up and over.
The spray could blend in with the actual touchline at this point.
I think it's too close to get up and over. I mean, there's only going to be one man over this, isn't there?
And it looks like it's Sergio Ramos. Karim Benzema and Toni Kroos are both there. I thought Kroos would take it.
I think it's too close to get it up and down. You've just got to lever it, haven't you, at the wall and see what happens.
Maybe I'm surprised they've not put a man under it. I think Koke's eyeing up to lie down underneath the wall.
He's eyeing up the slide under the wall.
He is. We've seen that become a factor. And there he goes. He's on the floor. They're not going under the wall.
I hate how they've normalised that now.
Well, it is
like the normalising of the line under the floor. It's pretty much because of Kevin De Bruyne. That,
yeah, it's kind of the thing to do. I actually
look at him. He's looking the other way as well.
I personally like to call it the Herbie Kane at Birmingham away, but it's each to their own. Whoever wants to call the free kick. Ramos is stood over it though. Captain has scored many an important goal. Hits it off the wall and over for a corner.
I think it hit Trippier's head maybe and flew over for a corner. It was
difficult one.
Yeah, like I said, it's hard to get it up and down. He just went for the power.
Yeah, it's almost too close. It's to the point where you need that perfect distance. And it was very central as well. It was very central.
Yeah, very central. No real directness on it. I mean, Zidane's not happy because he was thinking that's a good opportunity to make it 2-0.
But they have had a success from a corner and they'll have another one as it is whipped in. They'll go short, which is interesting. They've done exactly Atletico's one. Comes to Phil and Mendy, his strike.
Leaning back as he hit it, and it was always going to go over that way. I mean,
wasn't the smoothest.
I think he's been the best player on the pitch, though.
He has. I think I agree with that. But I don't know about you. Again, before this, that free kick was given away, Benzema had that opportunity to shoot again.
Yeah. And he kind of hesitated a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, and I don't know what it is with him today because he had that early sighter, which really, really should have gone in if it wasn't for an unbelievable piece of goalkeeping.
I mean, we thought it at the post originally, but it was just such a good save.
Yeah, it was an absolute
world-class save.
It was absolutely brilliant, and he's not really had a chance since then. And he doesn't seem goal shy, I wouldn't say that, but just when chances he could have had a strike, he's decided to lay it off to his teammates, which, sometimes you praise a striker for being unselfish, but sometimes you want him to take it and have a go themselves.
I feel like the one where he passed it back to Modric on the edge of the box, when he kind of opened himself up, that was the perfect opportunity to unleash a curler into the corner, but of course it's going to take something mighty to beat Oblak. He
is, and Suarez was miles offside again there. And I'm not going to say he's annoying the living hell out of me in this game.
It just seems like he's coasting through the game. He doesn't seem bothered, does he?
No, it's a very lackadaisical performance from Luis Suarez.
I think that's the perfect way to describe it, to be honest.
Yes, thank you. But no, it's really, really poor from Atletico Madrid, and they can't build anything from it because you can't really play it into his feet when he's stood offside. You can't go in behind because he's offside.
No, I think João Felix is trying to play a little bit closer to him, but it's not really working.
He's so deep at the moment, is João Felix, and it's not his fault either because they literally can't get anything.
They can't get out of their own half at the moment because of Real Madrid's pressing. But I mean, beat the press and you've got a good opportunity. And now they have got a good opportunity. Correa, and there's a lot of space for Renan Lodi on the left hand side. He's only got João Felix and Lamar with him. He does find João Felix.
He's going to go back to Renan Lodi. He's on this left hand side. Lamar's got the overlap. He's not got many in the box. He goes for it, and it's a corner.
He's done
better.
well. I think he did well there, Lamar. Of course, he had quite a difficult angle to work the cross in from, and does well to win the corner. Good defending by Carvajal, and I mean another chance from Atletico Madrid from their fourth corner of the match.
Yeah, it's what you said. Build, beat the press, and you've got a 3-on-3 or a 4-on-4, and they did there. Much better. The injection of pace clearly paid dividends there, and Lodi would have Hermoso when he was playing at left back been there? I don't think so. Lamar's corner is lofted towards a back stick, headed back across goal.
There's nobody there.
No one there, but hopefully if you're Atletico Madrid you can recycle, and I think they will. They'll go wide right.
By Trippier, that.
It is. It's a ball into the box, driven across a free to goal. It's in the back.
Oh, he missed. What a chance.
Oh, God.
It's almost... It's a difficult angle to score from, not going to lie, but he should have scored.
It is a drilled ball across the box by Marcus Llorente. It bypasses everybody.
Varane misses it, takes down João Felix in the box, and Lamar... He should be scoring.
Yeah, Lamar's open at the back post. He's aiming for the near post. He's aiming for a really tight angle. But for me, as you say, he's got to score there.
I mean,
that is poor.
He's got to score there. I mean, the angle was tight, of course, but should be 1-1.
Yeah, it should. That's their first shot of the game, and it almost changed. But the substitutes, I've got to admit, Simeone's done fantastic because it's definitely changed the game.
Well, we said, didn't we, that the injection of pace had to change something, and it has changed it. It's made it a lot more energetic, which is what we said as well. I mean, that ball from, like you said, the recycling of the ball, Kieran Trippier out to, I think it was Felipe who was out wide at first, and then the ball to Llorente fizzed across not Felipe, it wasn't Felipe, it was a Savic, I think, but fizzed across the face of the goal, and everyone was scrambling for it. Varane missed it.
This is the thing, he couldn't have put his offside again, I think. I mean, he couldn't have put it in a better area, Marcus Llorente. There was literally, it was right in that corridor between goalkeeper and centre half where no one could get it.
I mean, Varane had an easy clearance and he just scuffed it, didn't he?
Well, I think it was one of them where he'd gone in front of it to try and hook it, and he just completely missed it. And it's a lovely, lovely ball. He tries with the right, can't get there.
I think he should have cleared that.
Lamar, he's just got to get it on target.
It's inches wide, to be fair. And I mean, Simeone knows it. Such a good chance for Atletico Madrid to equalise, and it's missed by the man who you said were waiting for to have a big moment. And I mean, that could have been his moment.
That could have been, and I think that chance really sums up if there's like a career. He's wide left, absolutely. Unfortunate, I would say, but for me, you've got to get it on target, at least.
That's got to go in.
Well, the thing is, even if, for example, if he gets on target and Courtois saves it, it's a wonderful save. No matter what. Yeah. But as you say, hit it high into the roof of the net.
Hit it into the side net. It didn't catch it well at all.
No, and it was on his favoured left foot as well, which is an unbelievable miss from Thomas Lamar. But if you're Atletico, it's promising signs.
Big let off for Real Madrid though. That'll give him a shock to the system. Yeah,
it's what we've said. They've got to keep him honest in the second half. You can't just go, flow through the game, not troubling Real Madrid. You need to keep it in the back of the mind that these teams are dangerous. And that was it.
Fantastic ball from Modric.
Mendy's on the overlap. He's had a good game so far. He try and get the crossing, but he'll go back to Modric instead. It's been a good game from him again.
Yeah, I think Modric he's just Modric, and he does what he does well.
Yeah, he is. Range of passing is really the best thing about his game, and Real Madrid have slipped up there, and that's going to be a foul by Carvajal on Lamar.
Maybe a yellow card maybe for Carvajal.
And you'll see Saúl getting changed on the sidelines.
Who do you think coming off Koke?
I think so. I think it's got to be just. I think it will be like for like in this situation.
Tactical foul by
I don't think he touched him. I genuinely think he might have just flew past him.
Oh, Renan Lodi was screaming for it on the left hand side. There was a lot of space for him behind Carvajal, but like we said, now Atletico Madrid dominating that midfield battle. Yeah,
I feel like Atletico Madrid, a lot of it in the first half was very narrow. They've got a bit of width now with Renan Lodi on the left hand side, and he's not had the greatest game defensively with 15 minutes so far.
Good turn by Suarez though.
And he's just dispossessed quite simply in the midfield by Casemiro. But
I think it was Varane actually.
Was it Varane? Well,
they look very similar.
Good effort from Varane if it was, but yeah, a bit of width for
Yeah.
And Lodi is providing that. I mean, defensively he's very shaky because, as you can see, he's miles out of position. But going forward, he's not so bad.
Saul is literally on the touchline, ready to come on. And are we saying Koke?
Yeah, I think I would. It'd be interesting to see if Torreira will come on at some point and they'll try and change it up a little bit.
Well, they've won it back again, and now the hunger and desire is there. Great pass by Renan Lodi. I mean, Correa did very well to recycle that, and I mean, here they come. They're down the right hand side with Llorente.
He's had to chase that. It was a terrible ball by Trippier, but as you say, that kind of winning the ball back high up the pitch was not there for Atletico Madrid in the first half.
7. João Felix
is coming.
João Felix is coming off for Saul.
I disagree with that.
Maybe does he have a slight knock? It doesn't look like it. He's jogging off the pitch. I mean,
did he play 90 minutes midweek? Maybe.
I don't know. I can't remember. I
He
don't think so. No, he didn't.
I don't know.
Oh, he does not look happy. I'll tell you that.
I won't be happy either. I think he's been one of the better players for Atletico Madrid.
He's one of those players that will give you something. Do you know what I mean? He's a plan B, but he does not look happy, and he's kicking and shoving shit. Oh God, there's a mask being handed to him. He's not having it.
No, but I think this knows what we mean. I'm pretty sure they'll stick Marcus Llorente probably up top, maybe.
Yeah. False 9 Llorente.
Maybe that's what we'll finally see in this first half, but in this second half, as Lucas Vazquez got acres of space on the right.
Where is Renan Lodi?
He's just been beat out to the ball.
Put on his ass.
He has, and they'll spray it towards the left. Mendy's on the overlap. Benzema ignores him, finally shoots, and he's blocked.
The thing is, Benzema was in the area where all these other teammates were. He needs to be inside the box.
Yeah, it's really, really strange, that decision to take off João Felix. I found a buyer for my house in Leverkusen, says Peter.
He is not happy at all.
No, he's not happy, and I don't blame him. I really don't in this situation. I think he's been one of the game changers.
He's probably thinking, why the bloody hell have I come off?
Yeah, I think he's been one of the better players in the game today, and he might be unhappy with his own performance. You never know. That might also be the case.
Yeah, it could be. Someone's just got a yellow card, I think.
Was there a foul?
Someone for Atletico. Well, there's a free kick for Toni Kroos. But I think...
Oh, it must have been when they were looking away, because I didn't see this happen. Marcus Llorente went through the back of Ferland Mendy.
I don't really think that's a foul. I feel like he's got the ball, but I think someone's got a yellow in there. Is it Marcus Llorente with the yellow?
I don't think it is.
Is it Koke with the yellow?
I don't think it's either of them two.
Of course, we are watching without sound, so...
I don't think it was either of them two. I think it was someone moaning from the back. I don't know who that was.
Well, chance for Real Madrid to get in the box. Kroos does deliver that towards the back post, and it's flicked on by Varane back to Carvajal, whips it in, and who was that? Lucas Vazquez diving backwards.
Athletic effort. Vinny Jr. though is on that left, and he's teamed up with Ferland Mendy with a nice turn, and they'll try and get this into the box, but I don't think they're going to anything.
Why has he got some red light?
I think that's just the TV.
Why have they got some red stuff behind them?
I think it's just a TV.
Looks like, you know, when you're watching one of them adverts and it's they've got like the trail behind them, like when you play mystery ball.
Yeah, either that or it's like some weird in-person heat map.
Yeah,
like that might be it. We're watching in
another free kick for Real Madrid though.
It is, and this is not what you want if you're Atletico Madrid.
And the heat map is back.
No offense, Peter. Jokes about me getting old now. You can't find any more jokes about my name, Chris Welch. I don't think you can. I think he's recycled all the Welch jokes. Whoa! What a goal!
What a goal!
What a goal! It's 2-0. And we were talking about Peter's jokes. This is no laughing matter. What a goal that is. Danny Carvajal.
Danny Carvajal on the half volley. Look how much it means to the Real Madrid players. Could that knock the wind out of the sails?
I think it might have done it. It's just as João Felix has come off the field. But it's a long-range effort from the edge of the box, and he strikes it. I think it hits the post, then hits the back of Jan Oblak.
It's a great hit, though.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful hit.
Savic is arguing about something.
That might be from...
Because Simeone sat down. We're going to see it again. It's whipped in, headed away by Saul. Carvajal chests it down, hits it.
And it strikes off the post and off the back of Oblak. It is what I said. And
it's an own goal.
Unfortunately, it goes in. You won't see a better hit than that from Carvajal. He hits it with his laces.
Oh, the
curl on it.
Unfortunately, it's going to go down as an own goal.
Yeah.
How unfortunate to take such a good goal away from him, but the post, unfortunately, doesn't count as on target, and it's hit Oblak's backside and gone in.
Yeah, it's an absolutely brilliant goal from Danny Carvajal, and we've seen some brilliant strikes from right-backs in the past. I remember Pavard's, that curling effort. Nacho's curling effort in the World Cup. That was another beauty from Danny Carvajal. And welcome back, Danny Carvajal.
Well, they're coming again here, and Renan Lodi is getting absolutely shredded to pieces down the left-hand side, down the Real Madrid right, Atletico left.
Well, it's what we said. He brings you more going forward, but on the back end, he's not really covering very well on that side. And it didn't come from down his side. It was a free kick that was just cleared and great hit.
I feel like that's properly knocked the wind out of the sails now. They need a goal back in before 70th minute.
Yeah,
I feel like.
And I feel, and I don't want to keep harping on about the substitution, but with taking João Felix off, I just don't see that spark in this Atletico Madrid team.
There's no real creativity, is there? I mean, Real Madrid coming forward again with Vinicius Junior.
I just think Suarez has had another poor performance, and I don't really know why he's still on the pitch.
He has been very, very poor, but who do you bring on for him?
No, you don't know. Vitolo, maybe, the last one I could think of.
Well, Atletico Madrid are chasing the game, though. They're 2 goals down, and I mean, Real Madrid, what a massive 3 points this will be for them.
Yeah, it will be. It's not 3 points just yet. There's still 25 minutes to go.
I mean, if they get back in this game, Atletico Madrid, it would be some miracle, I think.
It would be a special derby performance from Atletico Madrid, but it's going to need that now, and you need to step up if you're playing in red and white. I don't see someone out there that is really giving me that spark, but what a big chance that was from Lamar that could have had him level.
I mean, you look back at that chance now and you think, Jesus, that could have really changed the dynamic of the game. At 1-1, Atletico Madrid would have had all the momentum, and like I said, that goal's probably just knocked the wind out of the sails and knocked the boat over.
Yeah, it's another unfortunate one because it's hit the back of Jan Oblak and gone in, but Lamar's found gaps in behind his cross. It
was a good cross, but Varane, I think that
was Casemiro.
Jeez, they look so similar.
I know.
I think Casemiro read it very well.
He did, and I thought he was going to the foot of Luis Suarez, and I even nearly said his name. And Saúl is going to line one up. He doesn't quite get it, and the overlapping run from Lodi is late. And again, not great from Atletico Madrid. Is there a chance in this game, do you think? There's always a chance.
They need to get one back quite quickly, because then they will have all the momentum. I mean, unless of some absolute miracle, they're probably going to only get a point. Correa doing a little bit of dancing, gets to Suarez into the area, goes for the outside of the foot. It's going to fall to Lamar, though. He tries to take it. Lovely touch to take it past one.
And they're trying everything in and around the box, but everything seems to be on the edge of the box, not getting the ball in. It's a cross into the box, which hits the first man, Casemiro. He wobbles because it hit his head. And it's back onto the field of play for Atletico Madrid.
Well, they need a goal soon, don't they?
No, they definitely do. We're just creeping on 20 minutes. It's a nice attempt from Atletico Madrid. They are keeping Real Madrid penned in now, though. And
I mean, we talked about how crucial the next goal was, and I mean, I'm going to say it again. The next goal is crucial.
I think if Atletico get it, then it's game on.
It's game on. It is game on.
If Real Madrid get it, it's game over. I think is probably what we're looking at now. But it's good close control by Correa again. But they're dispossessed, and now this is the time to counter. But they won't. They'll slow it down, Real Madrid, and they'll kind of be meticulous waiting for their openings. And it's a foul.
Renan Lodi has had an absolute stinker.
He has. He's offering more. Do you know he's always an option on the left, but it's not really a great
Just seeing
option.
the foul that actually led up to the free kick that actually ended up in the goal.
Stefan Savic was definitely booked, by the way.
Yeah, it might have been Stefan. Yes, was Savic. But I don't think it was a foul from Llorente on Mendy that actually leads up to the goal. Taking nothing away from the goal.
Yeah.
It's a great strike by Carvalho, but I don't actually think it was a foul.
No, I understand why it was. I actually think, he came through the back of him to get the ball, and sometimes you just can't do that. I'm a sucker always for if you get the ball, it's not a foul. As Atletico Madrid nick the ball, and they'll try and build something here. There's a man wide right, and I think it's Trippier.
It is.
And they find him. But
he's got no one to pass to.
Nope, he's dispossessed immediately.
Yeah, nobody to pass to, and now he's just been bypassed because Benzema and Vinicius Junior can break.
It's them two on the left-hand side. He's waiting for people to come and join him, but they don't need to at this point. It's a nice switch, and Vázquez and Carvajal.
Carvajal's just ghost into space behind Renan Lodi.
Vázquez cuts inside, and it's going backwards, but if you're Real Madrid, you don't mind at this point. Just keep the possession because you are in complete control of this game.
Yeah, I mean, they're absolutely dominant at the moment.
We'll see if they can build anything from this attack.
It's quite disappointing, to be honest, because coming into
it's a great
game,
tackle.
We wanted quite a competitive derby, and I mean, Atletico Madrid just haven't been at the races.
No, they haven't, and these are the games that, for me, will always keep Atletico a yard shy of the title. And I think we're seeing that again. There's a long season still to go. We're almost a third of the way through it though. So you're starting to get a decent feel for how the season's going to go.
There's still time. They just need to get a goal soon.
Yeah, definitely. But if you're viewing it off performance, they don't deserve a point.
No.
If I could give them minuses, I probably would.
Unless they absolutely dominate the next 20 minutes and score what beauties. But I mean, they've got a 5-on-4 here, Real Madrid.
Modric's pass is wide left, and it's very wide, and Vinicius Junior will get there, but it kind of took the sting out of that, I think.
Yeah, that was a really good opportunity to counter-attack, and I think Modric plays a better pass. Vinicius Junior is probably in on goal.
But there is still acres of space for every single Real Madrid player on this pitch. I mean, I can't believe that there is 9 men behind the ball when you're 2-0 down with 20 minutes to go.
Seems like a strange concept, doesn't it?
It does, but you don't want it to get ugly. That's also the problem.
No, but I mean, they've got to go for it now.
Yeah, they do, and Luis Suarez was the one and only man in front of the ball there, and I don't want to keep harping on about him, but I'm just seeing nothing from him today. And nothing from most of the Atletico Madrid players, to be fair. It's not been a competitive one at all.
No, but they've still got to try, because there is the chance that Real Madrid capitulate towards the end.
No, definitely that is an opportunity, but they keep giving niggly fouls away like this, and they'll keep getting blown by the referee. And with 20 minutes to go, it's not panic stations for Atletico Madrid, but
another foul that's needless though.
Yeah, I think it's near kitchen sink time, and it's genuinely.
Do you make another sub though? Vitolo.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Torreira's not really the player to bring on at 2-0 down.
No, I think I admire Simeone for making 3 subs at half time. I think he made 3 subs with the hope that they could get back into it before going 2-0 down. Hopefully he didn't want to do that, but we're seeing the comparison of the strikers. Karim Benzema 32 passes, 42 attempts. Luis Suarez had 7 completed passes in 70 minutes, so he's averaging a pass every 10 minutes. Good for the Uruguayan there. But Real Madrid are just kind of slowing it down and
shoot, Carvalho. Shoot.
He's driving towards the goal, and Benzema makes a run wide right. He will keep hold of the ball and lay it off to Modric at the edge of the box.
Just ticking it around, just making a Atletico move, and I mean, like you said, quite meticulous, and 19 minutes to go. I mean, Real Madrid have absolute domination at the moment. Yeah,
I mean, it's not fun to watch if you're a Atletico Madrid fan, because they are just passing it around you, and I don't want to say taking the mick, but they are. They're just keeping possession, and they don't look worried at all. And that's going to be a corner for Real Madrid.
It's going to be a goal kick.
I can't see, or I might have been right, because let's have a look. I think this is a corner. It's a corner, that isn't it?
That was a corner.
I knew I was right, but no. Atletico Madrid get a lifeline, and maybe it's something to ling off as they go
along towards Renan Lodi, and Carvalho has missed it, but
try and see it out, and it'll give it to Courtois. That switch has been on, but Lodi is now out of position. But a mistake by Sergio Ramos, and a throwing high up the pitch. Kondogbia is the last sub.
Who's coming off here? Suarez is coming off.
I don't know who's up top. They've decided.
Stick Kondogbia up top.
I don't have it. It's
looks like Correa's going up top, I think.
I'll be honest, it's too late for the Suarez substitution.
I am so confused as to what is happening for Atletico Madrid at the moment.
Marcus Llorente. He's got a...
He don't look happy either.
Well, I don't know. Well, he cannot be happy with his performance. He's been bloody awful today. I don't know why he's smiling.
Well, Savic has given the ball away again.
And I think up front is Marcus Llorente and Correa.
Yeah.
Very makeshift.
Kondogbia is slotted next to, I think, Saul in midfield.
Yeah, that is who it will be. And
that's...
Mendy tries to skip past...
another free kick? No, not given.
No. It's Vinny Junior, sorry, not Ferland Mendy.
Luis Suarez, just laughing.
Yeah. A win that will turn Real Madrid season around. It might be the one that turns it around. And obviously, everyone else, Manny, says hello. Hello.
You're right, mate.
You're right. It might be a win that turns Real Madrid season around.
Oh, poor pass from Lodi. I mean, it just needed a better final ball, and Correa was in.
Well, the thing is, Chris.
Another foul given away.
This might be the week in Real Madrid's season which we remember as the time they turned it around. A massive win against Gladbach to get them through and top of the group.
Even the win last week against Sevilla.
A win last week against Sevilla, a win this week against Atletico Madrid. This might be the week we're talking about, and they're just replaying that Carvajal.
3 clean sheets as well, which I think is big for Real Madrid, of course, because they were conceding goals for fun.
They were.
It's so unlucky for Carvajal, because that's not going to go down as his goal.
The thing is, it's unlucky for Carvajal and Oblak at the same time.
Oblak is stretching for that, and it's just hit so sweetly off the post.
Yeah. It's one of them where you kind of want that to nestle into the side netting of the net, and so we're talking about a screamer.
Yeah, of course, Alan Smith would have been absolutely loving that, because he loves his square goalposts that never used to go in.
No, I do remember having one of them on my old school field, and he's not wrong. You know, when it hit the point of that, it never went in.
No.
Horror was just crap at shooting, one or the other. As Real Madrid have got more of the ball. I would love to see the possession at the end of this game, because I don't remember Atletico Madrid having a period where they were in control.
No, well, at half time it was 62-38. It probably will be more than that.
Maybe towards the end of the game, or I don't know if you're going to think it. Has Marcus Llorente done anything since scoring 2 goals at Anfield, or just a one-game win?
I think he's been a good signing.
He is. Marcus Llorente has been brilliant, and as we talked about earlier in the stream, he kind of just gets played in any position.
Yeah.
And he makes a decent enough game. He's a solid player. Kind
of the multi-tool out of the pack.
Yep, and here he comes now on the
the left,
and he's dispossessed. I was laughing because we were talking about.
He won the throw-in.
Yeah, he also gave away the free kick, but
it wasn't a foul. I'm sticking to the fact that it wasn't a foul for the free kick.
You know, it's one of them. He is a good player though, and as we say,
here he is, Loddy.
There's not been many good performers for Atletico Madrid today. He's not played well, but neither has many of the players on the pitch. So we'll see.
I don't think there's been a good performer for Atletico Madrid today.
No.
In all honesty,
I don't.
I don't think anybody can hold their head up and say, like, at least I tried. Saul takes a shot, and it was one of them that looked like it was travelling, but it travelled wide.
Yeah, it kind of one of them where it whistles past the post by quite a substantial difference. But on camera, with the way you're looking at it, it looks like it was near. Let's see if it was near on the replay. Nowhere near.
That is well far wide.
Nowhere near. But it's one of them that's their second shot of the game, and that is not good enough to win the title, and it's not good enough in this game against Real Madrid as they give away another foul.
I think they're kind of buying the foul at the moment, Real Madrid.
I just thought I'd ask because I don't watch much of the Liga. You know, I don't either.
Me either, but it's not been bad this year. No,
not at all. And I think Marcus Llorente, from when you see him play, he's always for me a 7 out of 10, apart from today, really. Apart from today, of course, when I watch him. But you'll probably see more of him in the Champions League, just hopefully not against Liverpool. We'll find out tomorrow. Join us for the draw.
Make sure you join us for the draw. We'll join Josh, Rowan and Kieran for the draw.
You don't want to deal with the
nope.
Europa League again, do you?
Nope.
But we'll let you know what you get when you get mouldy in the second round or something like that.
Not watching it.
Well, we'll tell you, don't worry. And it has gone down as an Oblak own goal. Massive shame.
Yeah. When it is the post, it's not counted as on target, is it? So
no. And it wasn't going in either. You know, Kandogbi does a nice switch though to Lodi. Lamar's overlaps pretty decent, but
he's just got to go in nowhere though. He's won
a corner.
Is that gone out for a corner or a throw in?
I think it's I presume it's a corner. It must. I don't know what it was. I think it might have been a throw in. Actually, we were just looking back at it, and you can never tell.
Jesus Christ, Hermoso.
What?
Been given his handball against him.
It's a very, very harsh decision.
Everything seems to be going against Atletico Madrid at the moment. Rodrigo and Asensio both getting ready to come on. Probably Vinicius Junior and maybe Lucas Vazquez coming off.
That is handball.
Yeah,
it was just a dodgy ricochet though that led to that being given as a free kick for Real Madrid. 13 minutes, and there was. I've got to admit, Kieran, there's not been much showing me that Atletico Madrid are even fighting towards the end here.
Nah, I mean, they're just getting dominated.
Yeah.
Like I said, the second goal did kind of take the wind out of the sails a little bit. They had a little bit of flurry, didn't they, after the second goal went in, and they were kind of getting back into the game.
Yeah.
But
it's great hassle by Lamar.
Ooh.
He's gone down, but the ref's
still down.
The ref's giving absolutely nothing for Atletico today.
I mean, there's no point playing it up. Just get back up because your team's 2-0 down with 13 left.
Yeah, maybe he does genuinely think it was a foul, but we'll have to see on the replays. Carvajal goes to. It's just.
It's not a foul.
It's just.
Maybe that's not the foul. Not a foul.
It's very soft from Thomas Lemar. He does nutmeg him, and the follow through does catch him. I feel like in England it probably would have been a foul for some reason, but the substitutes are coming on. Carvajal and Vinny Jr. off. Marco Asensio and Rodrigo on.
Lucas Vazquez to right back.
Yes.
Get in.
It means the return of Lucas Vazquez at right back. The return we all want.
Right back Lucas Vazquez.
I cannot wait. But to be fair, when you're 2-0 up and there's been literally nothing threatening from Atletico Madrid, they've had 2 shots in the whole game. I think you'd be fine with Vazquez at right back, to be honest.
Llorente is up front, by the way.
He is. Is it Llorente and Correa still?
Oh yes.
That's what the Simeone's gone with.
What
The
a ball.
long ball over the top though has found Rodrigo. He's in a little bit of a cul-de-sac at the moment, but he spins out of that. And
tried to lay a ball to Benzema, he just didn't have any power on it at all.
No, and
still so many men back for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, Atletico Madrid will try and build from the back, and a nice switch finds Lamar. There's not really many options. I can't see the bottom right of the screen.
Sorry,
it's
my
alright.
hands are in the way.
No, it's alright. Leaning on the desk, it's alright.
God, I'm sorry.
Couldn't see who we were passing to. I had no idea. Kondogbia's switch is to Trippier, though. I mean, this has literally been it for Atletico, hasn't it? Literally, possession from the box upwards. They've not been able to get anything in the box at all.
Yeah, it's strange because they're normally so free-flowing with how they play, but it's been a little bit static today.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And it's all been in front of Real Madrid as well. They've not threatened anything in behind, but we'll see if they can, as Kondogbia does a nice sprayed pass wide left.
Bit of space for Marcos Llorente.
And Lodi can try and pick a cross, and he does. It's towards the back. Sticking to head is a great save. Much better from Atletico Madrid. It's Sayul with the header.
It's a great ball in by Lodi, that, and Saul had the chance to put him back in the game with 10 minutes. Great save by Courtois. First real save he's had to make. Connor's taken quickly, though. Lamar picks it up into the box. Easy.
Terrible cross.
Easy save to catch for Courtois, and he dives onto the ball, wasting a few seconds. Still 9 minutes to go, but the first real chance for Atletico Madrid, 80 minutes in.
Yeah, it took 80 minutes for a shot on target, and it's a great header from Sayul.
Not much else he could do there.
No, either side of the goalkeeper, it's probably in, but luckily for Courtois, it was straight at him, but he's got to get it saved, and he did that great job by the Belgian, and it has took 80 minutes, though. That's the only problem for Atletico.
I mean, the Lamar chance, and then the chance there.
Yeah.
Those are the chances that you need to score if you're going to beat Real Madrid.
Yeah, and sadly, we could have been talking about a very, very different game as Ferland Mendy picks it up, and he loves making that driving run, and he has been doing it all day.
Still going. I mean, like I said, they're kind of slotting into that back three almost when they go forward.
I don't know where Lucas Vazquez is these days.
He's not a right back. Oh, there he is.
There he is. Lucas, he was right at right back. He was defensive right back. Who'd have thought, eh?
Well, Atletico Madrid won a throw-in high up the pitch.
I've got to admit, Renan Lodi's cross was brilliant, but again, he does provide that width when he is going forward. He's not great defensively, but a lovely ball into the box. And
a good run from Saul as well. I mean, ghosted at the back post.
Yep, Kondogbia tries to drive through the midfield.
Kondogbia's been quite good since he's come on.
Yeah, he's been spraying some nice passes about, and that's an awful pass by Lamar for Lodi. Lodi does his best to keep it in.
Again, it was a really good ball in.
Yeah, it does find feet. It'll be recycled. Lamar's trying to get it in, but
I think Llorente just lets it run past him and back to Lodi. Is he coming back from an offside position? No.
It's very difficult for Atletico because they're having a lot of sustained pressure in this last 10 minutes, or I should say. But
it's too little, too late.
They can't create anything either. It's a lot of sideways passing. It's
back to our black now from a dangerous position that they had.
Yeah, it's a lot of shifting left and right, playing a lot of it on the outside of Real Madrid. But I think it takes something wonderful, like a wonder hit, to get them back in it. It was almost a really good goal, though.
No, it would have been a really, really well worked goal if that Saul header had gone in. But Courtois denied it, and I mean, Atletico Madrid, they've not really deserved all, but they were almost back in this game, and they are coming back into the game a little bit. Last 10 minutes, last two or 3 minutes, they've been all over Real Madrid, but Saul trying to
do too much with it. And Varane's he has been dispossessed. Lamar from distance takes it past one. He's taking it past two. Takes a strike.
Just too over. High. Did Courtois get a fingertip on that? Or
I'm not sure. I think it might have just gone over, due to the way he hit it, but
Casemiro back there dawdling with it.
I said Varane again.
He takes it past Ramos and Casemiro, and he hits it, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure Courtois got
No,
a finger on that. We are seeing the chance again though for Saul. Not much he could have done there, Saul. To be fair, it's a really good header, and it's a great save from Courtois. I mean, Simeone falls to his knees.
He's absolutely.
Someone's just hit the post.
He has it with Mason Mount. Can you believe it? That's his place in the England squad secured. Anyway, Modric comes forward before putting it to Vasquez. Atletico Madrid, to be fair, in this last 5 minutes,
they've won it again.
We've been waiting for this for 80 minutes. And we might have finally...
When it takes 80 minutes,
yeah,
and they've not got their best players on the pitch either, the João Felix substitution was such a strange one, wasn't it?
And then the goal came immediately.
Asensio, though, whipping that in. What a ball! And Rodrigo just didn't...
It's not the man you want on the head, is it?
He didn't connect with it well enough. I mean, Benzema was waiting behind him, but not a good header.
It's not the man you want trying to get that header in the box, and it could have been a header that got Atletico back into this game. And you've got to admit, that save from Courtois was his first of the game, and it did take 80 minutes to get...
Jan Oblak's made one save, to be fair to him.
Yeah, that's...
Ooh.
To be fair...
Now, Casemiro has already been yellow carded.
I don't think it's going to be a second, but I know what you mean. It calls for calls from Simeone. I'm pretty sure he'll be calling for it. But...
I think that's a foul by Saul.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I disagree. But Valverde's coming on, so I think that will be for Casemiro. I think he will have seen enough now of Casemiro to say, yeah, we won't risk.
Yeah, don't get sent off, mate.
Yeah, we won't
You miss
risk.
it next match anyway.
It's suspended.
That's weird, that. If you get suspended by picking up yellow cards and then you get sent off, does it still only a one-match ban? So you got the double yellow?
I'm presuming it'd be a 3, but
Well,
Kondogbia is bound past 1 and 2.
It's got nobody in the box.
He's going to hit it in.
Was that handball?
No, it's going to be another corner.
Ooh.
And Kondogbia there, showing what he can do, driving through the middle of the pitch.
He did well there. Like I said, he's done well since he's come on. He's been that real driving force, like you've said. And I mean,
in terms of corners, Atletico have been dominating the corners.
Renan Lodi with a good chance now to whip a corner in.
And make it a real grandstand finish with 5 minutes to go. We'll see if they can get their heads on it. They're not the tallest team, Atletico Madrid.
It's Lamar taking actually, not Renan Lodi who's gone to the edge of the box.
Whips it towards it. It's an awful corner. It doesn't even beat the first man.
Well, Lodi had to win the header and it's going to come back to Hermoso. That was Kieran Trippier actually.
But Lamar again is just going to be dispossessed.
And there's a counter on here.
And Atletico...
And it's a 3-on-2. And Rodrigo's in if Cruz can find him.
Great tackle by Kondogbia, and he's ready to go forward. And this is it. Atletico driving forward now.
It's a 4-on-4.
Through the middle. And it's an
awful pass by Koke.
And this has been the problem with Atletico Madrid.
And now there's a counter on the other side.
It's been a problem with Atletico the whole game, hasn't it?
Yeah, their final ball's been lacking, and I mean, their urgency's not there. Asensio, though.
He's just going to take control of the ball.
There's nobody going to him at all.
I think they're just happy, and Cruz...
Tony Cruz.
We'll switch it.
Lucas Vazquez right back.
Lucas Vazquez, yes, playing right back, as Real Madrid are happy to keep possession in deep in their half. And I think that would have been it there. I don't know how you miss the first man on the most important corner of the game that you've had so far.
I feel like the game's just kind of passed a few of the players by.
Yeah.
Especially Koke. I think he's just not been in it all game.
I don't think many of the subs have really made an impact. I think Kondogbia's been brilliant as he picks it up again.
Kondogbia's been good. He's been, like you said, the real driving force. He's still going now.
He'll go wide to Lamar. There's an overlap by Lodi. It's cross. It's cut out and it'll be Real Madrid's ball. But Lodi's been okay going forward.
Yeah.
And Lamar's had too many mistakes.
Is it still going to come on now? I think it is. Yeah. It's number 18, I think. Casemiro's 14.
Let's have a look who's coming on. Or off, we should probably say.
Casemiro's 14. I think Luka Modric is the one that's going to be coming off.
Yeah, Luka Modric is coming off. He's had a decent day today. He's kind of done what he always does. He sits in that midfield and he just sprays balls left and right.
Not done out wrong, but not necessarily done anything outstanding.
No.
He's had a good performance. Typical Modric.
Yeah, it's what he does really, really well. He's just kind of sit in that midfield and create, and he's trying to create some stuff today. Not his best game, not his worst game.
No.
By a country mile, but...
There's Valverde's first bit of the game to just slide and cut out a pass with his long legs.
Yeah, he makes the interception, and Llorente is able to hold off a defender, and we'll see if Atletico can create one meaningful opportunity to try and fight back in this game with sadly, only 2 minutes to go. It's going to be tough for the red and white.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough. I mean, that's a hell of a ball. Correa is in.
We'll see if Correa kept on
side. It's a good touch.
He cuts inside.
Just can't. I think he is offside. But, I mean, what a pass that was.
It was a brilliant pass. He didn't quite keep his run in line with the defence there. Let's have a look on it again. Yeah, he is. He's just...
I don't know.
His shoulders. It's his shoulders.
That old kettle of fish.
You got to have the t-shirt line. I think his t-shirt line's offside there, personally, but we'll see.
That old kettle of fish. 2 offsides for Atletico Madrid.
I mean, that. To be fair, it was when they were trying to put Luis Suarez through in the first half. It just didn't quite work for Atletico Madrid.
I know you did say many times that Luis Suarez is stood offside.
He was stood offside, and luckily they didn't play it through to him. But a miscommunication at the back, and Real Madrid will have a throw in.
I think that's all she wrote, Kieran. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, I think so too. And I think when we look back on this game, it's one of them really professional performances from Real Madrid. They didn't pull up any trees by any means. They haven't played, world class football that could blow any team away. They've just been really, really clinical. And a mistake from a set piece.
Oh well, they might be in again here.
And we'll see because there's a switch onto the right. He will find it. It's Benzema. He's waiting for the overlap. He finds it. Vasquez at the near post. It's a good save. And the right back of the century, Lucas Vasquez, is denied by Jan Oblak.
Well, I mean, he could have had an inform.
Yeah, he could have.
He's got an assist already.
Well, that would have been magical, wouldn't it? If he'd have...
I mean, he's poor defending again.
It is. And this is not what we expect from Atletico Madrid.
It just looks so easy for Valverde when he won the ball back. Benzema just waits for Lucas Vasquez to overlap, and his shot... looking like it's going top corner. Good save from Oblak though. Yeah, Oblak
has not been to blame at all. I think he's been, again, one of the better performers in this Atletico team. There's not been many of them.
Corner comes in.
The corner comes in.
We haven't even seen how much added time there is yet.
No, cleared at the near post, but it's a terrible header. And Benzema will keep hold of it. And whether Cruz goes into box is questionable. I don't think he might.
4 minutes left.
Oh, 4 minutes of added. I wonder where they've got that from.
The substitutes, maybe?
Well, they did make... No, they made 3 at half time. I don't know. I don't know where they've managed to get 4 minutes from, but there wasn't any in the first half, to be fair. So maybe they've totted both of them up. But
no.
We are creeping into the to full time here, and Real Madrid they're facing Eibar next Sunday. That'll be an interesting one. See if they can continue their good form.
Of course, Barcelona. You said they play Sociedad next week.
Yep, Atletico play Elche, so that hopefully gets them back to winning ways. They're no pushovers, but at home they'll fancy their chances. As this game seems to, as you say, pass them by quite dramatically.
Yeah, they just didn't come out for it, did they? They stumbled out of the gates and they've never really got going.
No, I think they would have... The one thing that they were worried about was conceding an early goal, and that's exactly what they did.
That's what we said, though, didn't they? To weather that early storm and try to score themselves before Real Madrid. Because I said the first goal, it's dangerous when you're playing Real Madrid if they get the first goal, of course.
Yeah, and if Atletico were going to get the first goal, they wouldn't have to change the game plan. But in the second half,
they'd probably won 1-0.
Yeah, they're never good chasing a game, Atletico. I never feel anyway. But a terrible mistake at the back from Real Madrid, and there won't be a foul on the edge of the box as Real Madrid.
Could have given that, couldn't he? Make it a bit interesting.
That's it. But when it comes to Atletico today, there's not been much that's gone their way. I don't know if genuinely nothing's gone their way. As it's a foul.
By Cruz on Kondogbia, I think. 2 minutes left.
2 minutes. I'm just kind of figuring out how that was a foul by.
Has he given it to Thingy or?
He's given it to Atletico Madrid.
Did he? No, he hasn't. Real Madrid.
But he did point that way, didn't he?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, I was going to say. I wondered. No, I didn't. That's what I said to you. I didn't think it were a foul by Cruz, but the referee did point. I will back up. He did point for a free kick for Atletico Madrid. There is 2 minutes. A minute and a half.
There's been a serious lack of quality, hasn't there, from Atletico Madrid today, and Real Madrid have kind of flexed their muscles a little bit.
Yeah, they haven't. As I say, they haven't been at their best. I don't think this is. If this Real Madrid come up against an Atletico Madrid side that turns up, I don't know if this is the same game. I think they had one real nice set piece goal, which was obviously terrible defensively from Atletico. And
it's the thing though, you can only judge them on how they perform against you. And I mean, we're just looking at a man that was taken off around about the 60th, 70th minute, João Felix, and do you think it'd have been any different if you'd have kept him on?
maybe with the attacking talent that they finally supplied him, they supplied him with around, with Lamar and Correa and Kondogbia, in the midfield, kind of getting forward a little bit.
Do you think that Real Madrid kind of took their foot off the gas, though?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think so. You saw when they went into the attacking areas, they weren't very ruthless as Kondogbia lofted a ball towards Lodi there, but I don't think we're going to see much here.
35 seconds left, and Atletico Madrid still coming forward though, a bit of space for Llorente, and
he's giving the ball away.
The pass was very poor.
And it would be inconsistent of Atletico Madrid not to give the ball away with 30 seconds to go.
Luka Modric's actually loving it.
Yeah,
I don't know what's in that bottle, but it looks like a bottle of Sauvage aftershave.
Oh right, I thought you meant like Ciroc, the really posh vodka.
It looks like a bottle of aftershave that he's drinking.
I doubt it.
If he's drinking aftershave. That's it, it's game over.
It is game over. That was 3 seconds before time, but...
Cynical, honestly. That's disgusting from the ref.
That is the end of the game. It is Real Madrid 2, Atletico Madrid 0. It has ended at the Di Stefano, and Los Blancos come out on top. Your thoughts on the game altogether?
It wasn't a bad game.
No.
By any sense of the imagination. Casemiro's been named the Budweiser King of the Match. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think Fela Mendy should be player man of the match.
I did score though, didn't I? I know.
Yeah, but thoughts on the game overall. A good result for Real Madrid. Like we said, professional performance. Very, very good going forward. A little bit sloppy at times, but Atletico Madrid, they've got a lot to learn. And I mean, it's a big lesson for this team. Yeah,
possible reality check for Atletico Madrid. Yeah. They still hold a 6-point lead. Did they hold a 6-point lead?
They held 6 points over Real, I think.
They did, but I think that's changed now because of this performance. Let me just check the table before we go. They hold a 3-point lead, which can extend to 6 because they've got that game in hand. But they were not good today. I do think it was a reality check for this side. They were a bit naive coming in. They tried to play their way and they just couldn't really get anything going in that first or second half. The subs didn't make a difference. João Felix was subbed off. And I think the better side won.
Yeah, I mean it was clear from the first half that Real Madrid were the better side, and they just dominated, didn't they? Pretty much for the entire game. Never really got out of second gear, Atletico Madrid, and it's a tough one for them because they could have got something today. Yeah,
I think this was a real tester. This was maybe the litmus test for whether they can really go on and be champions. Long season still ahead, but a really poor night for Diego Simeone's side. But that will be all from us, but let's see what's coming else on the channel. You've just watched Real Madrid Atletico Madrid. Thank you. If you are new, like and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. Tomorrow you will be seeing PSG versus Lyon. That game is at 7:45. It's up in your top right hand corner. And then in terms of football, round of 16 for the Champions League. That is on Monday at 10:45. And then after that, it'll be the round of 32 for the Europa League on 11:45 on Monday morning. And then for other sports, we have the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix before the PSG-Lyon game. Lewis Hamilton is back from his COVID. Will he win again? Probably. Next up is 15th of December at 5:50. We are at the Ali Pali. I'm not. Josh will be with plenty of gin and plenty of fun and all that good stuff. But I would like to thank you, KD, for joining me today.
Thank you very much.
And we'd like to thank all you for joining us. Thank you for coming on the Sports Corner. This has been Kieran and Kieren. And we hope to see you next time and see you tomorrow for both the F1 and the
PSG Olympique Lyon.
Yeah, should be good. We're Liga tomorrow. Bye-bye.
See you later.